No respect, neither. What's up, Callie G's?
All right, what's up, people? How you doing tonight? Hope everybody's well. It's time for another Skull Show. It's that time. What's up, Renee? Trock's in here. Saw Trock. Jane.
Mickey Greggs, Ma Brad Hunter. What's up, man? Jane
Yeah.
Perry, Fibiola J. We were just talking about Emma. What a degenerate he is. Oh my God. The way he's now these women are probably mothers, have children, and he's saying filthy shit like that about him.
Oh yeah, he's telling definitely right. I think that's a great place to start, bro. I think that's actually an excellent place to start with. That is the fact that this story comes from like 1992.
Imagine going on the internet and betraying some woman's confidence. If it's even true, I don't believe the girl touched him. But going on and betraying some girl you dated years ago or some girl you fooled around with and betraying her confidence and talking about her and dropping her name on a fucking internet. There's nothing more. Would you want that done? He's got 2 daughters, that motherless fuck. Would he want that done to his daughters?
Mm-hmm. Man, yeah. Okay, so great. Another good point, right? So this is a story that's fucking 30 years old. That's one. Okay. 2, we've already heard pretty much like the true version of this story and the way that it went down. That's another good point, like, which is that he lied to her, told her that her boyfriend was cheating on her, right?
Yeah. Chat's asking, what are we talking about? We're talking about Jimmy Calamandri. I did a video when he took it down when I shared Lying Informants Jam. I said, Jimmy, doing a video tomorrow night, Jim. Big mistake. He took his video down, but we got it, you stupid helmet. And he talks like he's trying to cover up for the Convict Inc., putting him on blast, telling the girl, Tommy is cheating on you. I take you to a motel. And he came out in the bathrobe. He was telling some sexual degenerate story, trying to cover for that, putting these women's name out there, saying they gave him hand, all this degenerate, disgusting toy. He looked like he was on freebasing. His hair's messed up. He's got whiskers growing out of his face. He looked like the pure degenerate that he is.
Yeah, he was back to like a combination of the like Something About Mary and the Napoleon Dynamite's lesbian grandma. Like he has like the mixture of that in a tracksuit. But the other thing that like we were just talking about for just a minute and we went live. What I was saying to you was the first thing that was killing me, that had me like about out when I was watching that video, was his classic like pausing and stopping. Again, like I said to you, like not only we know that we know that the gerbil falls off the wheel, the electricity's got to get jolted and his thoughts take a moment to come out. But it also has that whole like, trying to come up with an excuse on the spot for your grandmother when you get caught stealing a cookie and you're like fucking 5 and you have really process, in your mind, and he's just making stuff up on the spot. So I was almost out there, but when I finally was out was when he says, he tells the whole story, it's his friend's fiance, but they break up. Okay, so right there is where I'm going, okay, to myself, inner dialogue while I'm watching this. I'm like, well, she just broke up with like your best friend, bro. They were engaged. So that's okay. So just because they're broke up, you're going to have this person sitting in your car. Here's the other thing, bro. I don't know if you picked this up. He goes, I'm not sure. We ended up bumping into each other. We ended up meeting up. I don't remember where it was that we met up. He's like, but I called her and I told her to meet me on 75th Street or whatever it was. It was the same thing as when he did to that video with you. He's like, it's going to be the element of surprise. So I'm letting you know.
He pulled the same move. It's like, dude, you're lying, because you would remember those small details.
Right.
You're lying. He's a stupid degenerate.
Right. So now he's with his best friend's ex-fiance within like whatever hours a day, days, whatever. Scumbagery of the highest order right there alone. But then he tells her, let's go to a hotel and drink. And then he says, well, now what people expect when you go to a hotel room with a woman. He says, maybe you expect to have sex or maybe just have a drink. I don't know. Like, yes, you, bro, what? Yes, you do know.
Yeah,
and that was when you broke out Jimmy's public masturbator trench coat, went in the bathroom, came out all Flasher style, like, don't act like you're not impressed, huh? Don't act like you're not impressed. And poor girl.
Yeah, Weinstein. And number one, I would never go with one of my friend's ex-girlfriends. Never did I do that in my life. Even when they say, yo, man, I don't care about her.
That's right.
You know, I don't care, dude. You can go with her. No, I don't fuck with that. I don't go any of my friends' ex-girls, you know.
100%, bro. And I've always looked, that's happened a few times, I think, in every man's life where they've witnessed someone they know go up to somebody that you're all, you know, everybody's supposed to be friends, and they're like, they actually like entertain the thought of asking their friend if it's cool for them to date their ex-girlfriend. And we're, you know, and like, I remember a few times in my life where I'm just staring at this dude like, bro, don't do that. You know what I mean? Like, are you that this cannot end well?
No, we bounced a couple of dudes out of our neighborhood for that shit, trying to put some of our friends' ex-girls before when we were like teenagers, early 20s. Yeah, you don't play that shit.
Yeah, we called one guy Scraps. That became his nickname because he had done it a few times and everybody had kind of like let it slide. And like by the time we were out of high school, it's like his nickname was Scraps, man. It's like you don't want to do that.
Yeah, so Jimmy right away, this whole story, he's a treasonous traitor,
yes, right. Just from the jump.
Yeah,
and that's in his live version. So damn.
And then he bashes Joey Calco, right? But they go, he killed my friend Paulie G. Oh, you leave out the part where you were liking his Instagram posts and you met up with him and talked to him on the phone. Like, you didn't care about Paulie then. You know, he's just Jimmy is a disgusting human being. He's got 2 daughters also, and it blows my mind the way he talks about those women up there with 2 daughters. Want to hang out with a sex offender? It blows my, but it doesn't shock me. He's a rat bastard.
That shit right there, I mean, is just, I was floored when certain people lit Panisi around them and their family, or like let him know where they live and shit like that. Now, I want you to take that and put a really scary mask on it.
Yeah, ain't it?
And you're gonna bring that shit, you know, like, bro, you're gonna go be seen in the city with somebody like that and like take them around and eat dinner with them. And I mean, bro, I can't even imagine breathing the same air as somebody like that.
Yeah, no, my whole life, if somebody was a sexual deviant who hurt women or kids, or somebody told on people you were a rat bastard, I will not talk to you. I will not interact with you.
Yeah, no, we're not getting even close, bro. There's not even going to be a chance somebody took a picture or you breathed on me or tried to shake my hand or some shit. It's like, nope.
And not only that, look at not only his record, but look what the creep does on here. These people, Jimmy brought these degenerates around. I believe that guy works. He's some sort of secret CI or something. These guys, he was at one point. Maybe they had the same handler at one point.
We talked about that a long time ago when he was coming around, when we were weighing all these options, because nothing about it made sense. The only thing that made sense were the roads that kind of led to where he probably came from and what his purpose was. And that was pretty abundantly clear. But
Jimmy dropped the ball, though, with this video, because, you know, when I shared Lying Informant's channel, Jimmy took his video down. Yeah. Immediately. It's like, too late, you dummy. Too late. Mm-hmm. Too late. Fuck.
We already know he doesn't understand how the interwebs works. One of my favorite things from him ever, I think I've probably said this to you before. If not, I've said it in my chat. It was one of those times when I laughed so hard there was no sound coming out. And I was just sitting here by myself, and he's getting all mad. This is a long, you know, obviously classic older Jimmy video, but it was when he was getting mad that people's names were being tagged in the videos and that other people were going to see them. And I was going, bro, when you make videos on YouTube, it's not just the person, right, that you're beefing with that's going to see that video, Jimmy, right? Like, the moment you hit live, buddy, like, the whole world can see your video if they come upon it or happen up, right? Just happenstance with YouTube. And he got all my daughters could see this. My people that know me might see these. I was laughing so fucking hard.
Yeah, I was just dying. I actually feel bad for his daughters. You know, like, I feel bad for them kids. Like, it's sad when you got a father like that, man. He's not being a father right now.
Of course not. He's making them all. He's the one that's making them all vulnerable to this shit.
Yes, yes. Now imagine if we were scumbags, like how Jimmy sends these people to Doc's fam. Imagine if we I did scummy shit like that, like fuck.
Oh, forget about it. Yeah, right.
I would never do. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah, I don't even want to say things out loud that could be done out of just caution that some moron might me and go, oh yeah, that would be funny.
That just shows what a selfish way he doesn't. They don't come into play when he's like, hey, yeah, it's good that you put up their families. Blah, blah, blah.
Yeah, what happens when your daughter, whatever? I know she's probably not old enough to drive, but to your point that you've made several times, even tonight, it's like, what if somebody put up their license plate?
Yeah.
That puts them in mortal danger. You live in New York City, bro. There's people every week that we see in the news. There's a problem right now where men are walking around and randomly punching women in the face.
Yeah, yeah.
In New York City, bro. It's a thing. It's weird. They should be shot when they're found. But for some reason, random men are walking around the streets and literally not love tapping, but trying to knock the teeth out of. They're giving them the fucking panisi.
Yeah. What about him talking about these women like this, who are all mothers now? They probably have sons in their 30s or 20s. Sure. What if one of them wanted to go beat him up? Or what if, somebody went to school with his kid? Or,
Absolutely. And why not? Nobody would ever. Those are the crimes that people get away with, the ones that aren't expected, that come out of nowhere. Sure. The guy just sees the video, doesn't say nothing, and just pops out and cuts this fucker with a sharp garbage can lid or something,
No father,
crazy.
No father or man wants their daughter, some guy betraying their trust 10 years, 20 years later, talking about sexual things and making up lies. True lie or not, it's like he's a disgusting human being. He really
he continues to shine a golden light upon his own just devious and degenerateness. Like it's fucking amazing. That's why I always say, no, go ahead.
He's in his late 50s. This guy's like 57 over there talking about women doing sexual favors to him and mentioning their names.
And again, can I please say, just so I can put the emphasis on the correct syllable with this, that how fucking pathetic it is. He's talking about stories that are from when I was 13.
It's
like, bro, no one is impressed by the fact that you got an old fashioned in 1992.
Yeah, like
what are you talking about right now? Like, why are you telling this story? What the fuck is happening?
He wants to make those women look bad. That's why. He wants to make them look bad.
And why? And why? Just
he hates Tommy Reynolds and them.
Wow.
He wants to make them all look bad.
Asking, right, there you go. Okay. Wow.
Yeah, when what you call it came out with that story about him, where he lured the girl to the hotel room under false pretenses, and she walked away from him. He was so embarrassed where he had to make up this story about this woman and slander her. He's sick. And if the story is true, he's still a dirtbag, because you don't come on and betray a woman's trust and confidence and talk sexually about her. I don't care how many years later it is. It's a scummy move. To do on the internet, it's a scumbag fucking move. And I hope 100%. She has some sons that punch him in his face. Honestly.
Yes. Yep.
The scumbag move, man.
Just look for the guy that looks like an old lesbian.
Yeah. He real
in a tracksuit.
That's why it doesn't surprise me to see him hanging out with sexual rippos who.
Yeah, of course, right? No, they're all part of the same fucking alphabet community.
Exactly. They are. Man, the birds of a feather.
Yeah. I mean, you could put it this way, any predator, which Harambe is, right? But anybody of the Harambe predator type mindset is going to be instantly attracted to Jimmy, because he's mentally fucking handicapped.
Yeah.
It's like he's so dumb and gullible and easy to take advantage of and do things. Like, that's a predator's dream. You know, it's unbelievable. That's why I used to make the joke a long time ago that, like people that knew him, they would just glue quarters to the floor so he'd be bent over and fucking paying attention to something else while they discussed. The guy's something else.
How funny is it too? As soon as he sees me post Lying Informants channel, he takes it down.
Yeah, well, good job. And they're in here now. Lying Informants is in here now. It's a good job on that.
What's up, Uncle Edwin, Parasite Slayer, Seymour, Bears, B1? What's up, bro? Stiff Arm. Randy, what's up? Dustin, how's it going? Beantown, what's up, bro? Emigeo and Rancher Hope as well. Yeah, we're doing good. What's up, Montauk, Carol? Yeah, we're just talking about that moron. What's up, SBK? That moron Jimmy. I don't know if you guys caught it. Go check out Lying Informants and channel because Jimmy took his degenerate, disgusting video down where he's also bashing his aunt. But I read between the lines. You know what I got from it? The aunt and the uncle didn't like him because he became an informant. That's why they didn't deal with him. Because you came in informant. What's up, Teresa? You know, he's a scumbag.
Yeah, I'm right. I mean, when those people do that, it is literally one of the most selfish things that can be done in a human life. Because before you take into account the people that they're putting in jail, before you take into account those people's families that are being destroyed, you're destroying yourself and your own family.
Yeah.
Just to start with, right? Anybody that's not involved in anything is still going to be in the fucking paper, bothered, talked to, called names, messed with. People that are involved might die, right? Let's be real. They might die. They might get hurt. They might end up having to play the same game, you know, go to prison or talk or whatever. That's just your family. That's just the people close to you. Then you take into account the other people that you're lying about in most cases, or telling a mixture of lies and some truth. Not in Jimmy's case, because he was a nobody. He was a shoe shiner. But but when you do that, then all those people's children grow up without a father, and their wives have no fucking husband. It's unbelievable.
Even to this day, he's still selfish. Like we're talking about talking about those women like that up there and these sex stories, being a 50-something-year-old man doing that with 2 daughters. That's a bad look. Like I said, he looked like he was freebasing, smoking crack in the car. If you remember Jimmy Clandra from 2 years ago, he always shaved. He had his hair slicked back, right? Much as I don't like Jimmy, he used to wear some nice Adidas shirts.
Oh yeah, he took the time to learn how to fake his background, and he lived in a mansion after everybody saw the basement that he lived in with the 14-year-old weird teen magazine collage to Gravano.
But my point is he wasn't all disheveled. He was at least
right. He took care. Yeah.
Yeah. Now his hygiene is off. Like his hair's messed up. He's in a car. He's got hair all over his face, like whiskers. And he's just a total degenerate, selfish man. Like unbelievable. Going on there talking like that. No self-awareness, that you sound like a total carbone.
And it's so obvious. Like I eventually hit stop on the video at a certain point. Like I told you, like when he said to people only go to a hotel room for certain reasons, guys. I was like, okay, asshole, I'm out of here. But before that, you could just tell again by the way he has that. So see, what had happened was he has that whole thing.
Well, here's the thing. Here's why the story doesn't hold water, right? Yeah. If he took the girl there, if the girl wanted to go to the motel room, right, then she wants to stay with him for the night, right? Most likely,
right. It would have been part of her idea, right?
Yes. But that didn't happen because the girl left. So my point is, I believe Convict Inc. and Tommy Reynolds' story that he told her that Tommy's cheating on you. We can go catch him now. He takes her there. He comes out in the bathroom. She says, "No, I want to go home."
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, he's just
because that makes sense.
Yes, that makes sense. His story, picking her up with champagne, not knowing this, and him saying she touched his and all that.
It was all lies. He was even fucking himself up. Like I said, the one perfect example of that was when he said, I don't know, I forget where we met. Oh, and then like 2 seconds later, he says, I called her and told her to meet me on 17th Street or whatever the fuck road it was, 75th, 70th. It's like, bro,
made no sense. Man.
Your brain needs oxygen. You need to hit the next gear. You're lagging.
Yeah. He's what a degenerate. I wonder who told him to take it down. I wonder if he's seen it and goes, "Oh my God, or somebody told him, hey, listen, that guy just reposted it. He's gonna freaking shred you in this video. It's not a good look." Yeah,
I wish I could. I don't. There's no reasoning with this person, so it's hard to say. It's probably a combination of some of those things.
Yeah.
might have
That's just what I needed.
Received
right
a message from somebody. Somebody might have said something to him along the lines of what one of the many points you and I have made tonight. I think even if somebody was just like, "Hey, I heard a different story," that blah blah blah, like he would have maybe that would have caused him to.
That was the icing on the cake. I already had his other sexual degenerate video. Now I got him talking like a sexual degenerate about some mothers out there and shit. He's gonna look like a real fool. What a fool!
Yeah, he looks like a pathetic, desperate retard. Anyway, with the story from 30 years, but you get nothing is relevant with this person. Nothing is relevant. Again, it's another story that he's just telling us out there that probably should have been in the book.
Kept noticing
he could have still.
Did you notice he kept saying, "Trust me, this is true. I never lie."
Oh yeah, he always says that. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like, you're full of shit, Pittsburgh Pookie.
Yeah, that's how we know you're lying.
Yeah, you're smoking.
Should have put that in the book. You could have sold everybody before you told everybody all your stories for free.
Yeah, and I can't stress enough what a degenerate. I hate when guys do that. Like you're such a loser where you got to go on the internet and say you slept with women and did all this shit. Like, you fucking lie. You had to throw their names in it too.
It's weird.
That to hurt them. He did that to hurt them and embarrass them. He's a disgusting person.
And again, if it's because he's trying to hurt really the person that was with them, the guy, like you said, I don't remember the names. You said what, Joey or something like that.
Yeah.
If he's doing it to them to hurt them, then that's just fucking sick, bro. Be a man and go after the people you got a problem with. Don't go after their ex-girlfriends and try and slander their names on the internet.
He didn't like getting called out. What are they talking about? The purple guy's another stan of mine. And the purple guy with the purple nose, bulbous nose, guys, is just a weird freak who I bought for $5. He stalks women. He's got no integrity. He'll lie and say, and he's a whore. You can put him on the corner and I can tell him to say whatever or wear whatever. He's a whore. That's what he is.
Yeah, for Emmy, if you ask me, the best thing in the entire world's already happened in that people around him actually call him Helmet.
Yeah,
that was my Christmas wish for anybody that is always like in my chats. They know that. My Christmas wish was that people around him, like that. Actually, my wish was that this bullshit that he causes around on the internet would actually seep into his real everyday life. And
why do you think he's always
and my wish was that people that are actually in and around stuff, the people that he wants to be more than anything and never has been able to, I wish that those people that he envies would be the ones that called him Helmet, and it really happened.
Yeah,
so
he got slapped twice in the last 2 years.
It's all gravy after that.
Yeah,
as far as I'm
concerned. They slapped him. They called him the Helmet.
And that's the kind of shit that doesn't go away. No, you are that now. That's who you are. This is not 5th grade where it might wear off by the time we hit high school. You are fucked. You are the Helmet.
Yeah, he's Harvey the Helmet Weinstein.
It's great. It's perfect. It's fucking karma, and it's wonderful.
He should have listened to Schmiegel. He didn't want to listen. Stay out of the sandbox. Stay away from those small, goofy channels. He couldn't do it. He's not an intelligent man. He's all over the place.
No, exactly. No, that's a great way to put it, too. That's like Forrest Gump. He's not a smart man.
Yeah, he's not.
I think I ruined your roommate's bathrobe.
Yeah. I think I fell off the shelf, bud. Man. He's so out of his mind, though.
Forget it. It's hard to say, because he's just not there, man. I wonder if he even has an inner dialogue. If it speaks English at all, or what that's like for him.
Yeah, King Dom, they called him the Helmet. Yeah, he's a moron. Like I said, I feel bad for his daughters, though, because pitch how embarrassing when people find out that's your father, and then they see videos like this.
Forget about it.
That's embarrassing, man. That's embarrassing.
Some kid, that she has a crush on won't date her, or whatever. People that she wants to be friends with that are popular won't mess with her and shit.
Families won't let them hang with her.
Maybe she's walking to lunch and somebody just screams Helmet.
Yeah,
You know,
or maybe some other kids don't want their kids playing.
right? That's exactly what I'm getting at. It right? They're not
Yeah.
gonna. It's not. Yeah, it's not them. It's not them at all. It's the
Yeah.
fact that they don't want to be associated with the father.
'Cause
No,
he doesn't
100%.
raise
I'm sure that his children and like the people close to him are wonderful, perfectly wonderful people. That's
his,
you know, it's him.
raised
It's him that's causing the problem in their lives.
Yeah, he don't raise his kids. I think it's like an aunt or somebody who raises them, but they're probably good kids and all that. But he
Sure.
doesn't raise his kids. Like if he was a good father, you would be seeing streams of him doing things with his kids, maybe not showing them on stream, but at events, stuff like that. He'd be bragging about them or events they do. He wouldn't be on here meeting sex offenders who abuse women on here.
Well, yeah, I mean, right. I could, you know, right. Show it. You'd be showing the camera the nice sneakers you bought for your daughters, not the ones that you bought for yourself and then went to Vegas.
Yeah, so he's not a changed man. He's a total selfish shit bum that he
He's a selfish piece of garbage. Yep, he's a selfish piece of garbage. All that money that he would have spent in Vegas should have been spent taking them to Disneyland and being a good father.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Instead, he went and stayed in some guy's apartment and then talked shit about him, probably ratted on him and got slapped and then called his Fed cousins on him. Weirdo.
He's out in Pittsburgh smoking crack again. He's all over the place, fucking out of his mind. Making threats to people on here. You know what I mean? He's threatened.
Oh, yeah. He don't do a fucking thing ever. Like, what do you say? You call him a what? Paper tiger? Yep.
Yeah. Paper tiger, hidden gerbil.
100%, man. 100%. Yeah.
You know, like imagine, like I said, picture the kids like their friends or their boyfriends. They go on and see the father making threats, a big low life stool pigeon, like embarrassing.
Yeah.
And he looked like such a degenerate in that video talking about women like that.
He looked half homeless.
Yeah, he did. He was all disheveled. He had whiskers, Jimmy whiskers. I can't
in a car sweating like a fucking fat pig without the air conditioning on.
Yeah, he was literally Emmy whiskers. Did you see all the unshaved hair on his cheek?
You just look like garbage. That's what smoking that pipe will do for your ass.
Yeah. Gerbils' lives matter. Yes, Gerbils' lives matter. No more shaving them, Emmy. He is the gift that keeps on giving, and he should have never made it personal with me. And that's why he's always going to be my little helmet.
Yep.
I'm going to have fun with him tomorrow night.
Good stuff. I'm going to be looking forward to that.
Yeah, I was actually disgusted. Like, I hate degenerates who go on and say they did this to women.
I had to turn it off. I was telling you that before we went live. You were like, "Hey, go ahead and hit live," because we were hitting the time.
Sister, man.
But no, man, I told you. As soon as he says that shit, and that's the line where I was like, "I'm out." He goes, "You only go to a hotel room for one reason with a woman. It's like to have sex." And then he realized himself what a disgusting pig he sounded like. He goes, "Oh, I don't know. Like maybe have a drink. I don't know."
Yeah.
I was like, you know what, bro? You are not only full of shit, but you disgust me, and I can't listen to you anymore right now.
Yeah, Bad Company says, I couldn't stop laughing when he said he took a shower and put on the bathrobe. He's trying to cover the Harvey Weinstein, Weinstein incident.
Yeah, he came out and opened it up and gave her that big, ridiculous fucking Warren smile. And was just don't act like you're not impressed and all that.
And she
ran out. Yeah, of course.
Socially awkward. He's the type of guy that would think, you lie to a girl, get her to a hotel room, and she's gonna have sex with you. It's like, no, she's gonna like you. You know what I mean? You're like, you moron. She liked your friend. You brought her there under false pretenses. Yeah.
So many layers of douchebaggery in that.
Yeah,
there's so many levels of just gross, man.
How about when he said this? I don't mean to cut you off. How about when he said
and dishonor? Of course. No, go ahead.
You can ask anybody in my town how much people like me and how good I am. He said something so childish like that. You can ask people in my town how good I am. I'm like, wow, how much coke are you smoking? Wow.
I'm sure plenty.
Oh, yeah, free bass. Bass in your face with an 8-track. Yeah, real sick, man. What's up, Midwest Mobsters? Facts over feelings. What's up? Real sick puppy. But always degenerates, all these stool pigeons, woman beaters, degenerates, hate themselves.
And hate women.
Yeah.
For some reason. They all just are disgusted by women, man. I don't know if it's because they secretly want to be one or because they're put off by them. They were treated badly by them. Maybe they're used to playing that role in prison.
Yeah.
And now they're all jaded. I don't know, but they all do. And it's fucking weird.
And then he told the story about his aunt, his aunt and his uncle not going to his mom's wake. The reason they didn't go is because they didn't like Jimmy. He was an informant, you know? That's why they didn't want to deal with him. I guess the uncle was like a street guy or something like that, and he's like, "No, we ain't going." Like,
yeah, or maybe he was just raised right.
Well, yeah, that's old Jim. I think Jimmy claims he was like some fucking
right. Well, yeah, of course, I got you.
I don't know the guy's name enough, but I think Jimmy said the name. I forget it though. But and the guy just didn't want to deal with it. Stool pigeon. No, he was a fuck up his whole life, and then he's a stool pigeon.
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah, he's a total. Everything that all the stories that he tells are all lies. All of those stories, he was literally just a guy that like got a chain out of a trunk and handed it to somebody, and they, you know,
he was Paulie G's friend. Paulie G probably told Jimmy all the shit that like
he mostly washed cars.
He was a hubcap thief. I don't even think Sparrow and them even said hi to him. He was Paulie's friend, you know.
100%. None of those people would have. Okay, they would not have spoken to him. He would not have even have registered on their radar. If anything, possibly walking down the street, "Hey kid, how are you?"
Tommy Karate said. He said, "Listen, I lived in the neighborhood. I probably walked by him and said hi to the guy before, but I don't know him."
Right, but that's where it stops. There's not going to be any conversation after that. It's just get fucking real. Get real. Get real. Yes, if you're the normal kid in the neighborhood that's just like that legitimately goes to school and stays out of trouble, yes, 100%. Dudes walking down the street, "Hey, excuse me, Mr. So-and-so, can I talk to you for a minute?" Absolutely, kid, what's going on? But somebody that's supposedly robbing banks, running with crews, trying to be parts of things and stuff like that, you're going to get slapped and thrown in a fucking trash can.
Yeah, they look at him like a tripod.
That's right, bro. And it's way out of school.
And
you're crossing a line. You're crossing a fucking line.
And he does his famous line, "You know the story, they killed my friend Paulie G." It's like, wait a minute. You were liking Joey Calco's Instagram post, and you went and met him. So you had no you like, don't act like you didn't like them when you told on people because Paulie got killed.
Well, yeah, and if you read between the lines, my buddy was actually telling me this not too long ago because he watched some of these documentaries and stuff. He was telling me, he goes, you know, the one thing that never really made a lot of sense to me, he goes, you can make a point of this if you want when you're talking to your friends. He goes, but in the documentary that I watched, he goes, he says that he's in jail, right? He goes, and he gets a phone call from his friend, and his friend tells him, "Oh, you know, your friend is dead now, right?" And he goes, but he says, "That's when I flipped on everybody." He goes, "But that's not true." He goes, because in the same documentary, he says those people are the ones that picked him up from fucking jail. And they were fucking hanging out and shit. He goes, "It's the same documentary, bro." He's like, "You could look it up." He goes, "You should talk to your friends about this." He goes, "That's weird."
Yeah, he's Jimmy G. Stupid as fuck. Stupid as a stupid does.
Yeah.
He's a fucking disheveled dummy, man.
Yeah, that was a couple weeks ago because my friend's not even Italian. You know, he's the same friend I would mention that like listens to country and sings country music and shit like that. He's like, "Yeah, man." He's like, "I saw that." She's like, "You should bring that up." He's like, he's fucking on the phone. They tell him his friend's dead. He says he rats on everybody. They're not friends no more. He hates them. He's like, but they pick him up from jail and they go fucking hanging out. Shit. He's like, I don't know what the fuck that's about.
He was liking the guy's Instagram post. Fucking
weird, bro.
He's a bullshitter. Just like, you know, they out here to sell a story, to act like tough guys.
Well, yeah, you can't be that killer if you didn't get out of jail and go kill nobody.
Yeah.
You're not that guy. You're not. You didn't even go fight any of them people that killed your friend. You were so upset that you were willing to throw your life, your family's life down the drain, rat on a bunch of people, become a pariah in your neighborhood, but you didn't even fight one of them.
He didn't give a fuck about Paulie.
That's right.
You know,
he never gave a fuck about that shit.
He cared about himself, his little.
That's just the shit he told the cameras. That's the shit that he gave as an excuse. The fucking cops. He's not even smart enough to come up with that on his own. The cops probably told him, "Listen, this is what you're going to tell. This is what you're going to tell people the reason why you did it." You know, we already know. Go ahead.
If Paulie was alive, he'd be in jail right now.
That's right.
And Jimmy would have put him there.
Without a doubt. But it would have been, and that, at least in that instance, Jimmy could have actually told a couple stories he fucking knew about.
Yeah.
Right? Because when he went there, he was only telling stories of a dead guy.
Yes.
And most of those weren't true. He was just telling stories and saying that the dead guy told him that.
Yes. If Paulie was alive, he would have testified against Paulie.
It's second place hearsay.
Yes.
Yep. The guy wasn't even alive to talk to corroborate.
No,
like, it was sick.
It's disgusting the government even used Jimmy.
Yes, it shouldn't have been. It should not have been. It shouldn't have been allowed. It shouldn't. Even the people involved in the case should have been like, okay, dude, we can't do this.
The Korea Madonna Caldwell Londanio case, the guilt for the guiltless, because I like shit. Like, these guys shouldn't even be on the stand talking. Like, what? These guys are all full of shit.
Well, I don't understand how you can see like any of the videos of Rat Squaw and then not know that he was literally lying about everything.
That case.
I don't understand how people can see anything about this dude or read anything about him and not know that he was just telling them whatever the fuck he was told.
Yeah,
he was ratting on people the second he got talked to by a police officer.
Well, he was actually lying because let's be honest, ratting is like ratting is lying, but it's like two friends go break in a store, they get in trouble, you rat somebody else.
Sure. We can put a different term. The moment he got approached by law enforcement, he was trying to get himself out of trouble by putting other people in trouble.
Because it's the worst when
he blamed that first thing with the drugs that were in his butt. He blamed that on a girl that was in his car.
Yeah, because we could always say to ourselves, you know what, maybe I shouldn't have hung out with this idiot. He told on me. That's the way it goes. People always tell he's a scumbag. But when someone makes up a lie, you weren't even there. You had nothing to do with nothing. That's the worst, man. That's the fucking worst.
It's sick.
What's up,
it's fucking sick,
guy? Yeah, it is. That was one he pulled over and offered his services to a traffic stop. He's probably living in that car. I figured he got kicked out of his house, but I don't know what happened with that. Yeah,
I said this to you once before. I think this might have come up briefly. I said that it's probably the most simple answer, which is that whoever has him around or is giving him a place to stay has become fed up with his fucking bullshit. Yeah. Because when we already know he works a regular union job, we know that. The cops gave him a job. He sorts glass at the dump. He works in recycling. You know what I mean? That's the truth. But I make fun and say he sorts glass, whatever. But it's recycling. That's what he does. He works in recycling at the dump. That's the only job the government could get him because he's a fucking stew-nod. Now, he was making a little bit of money on YouTube. Instead of doing the right thing with any of that money, helping his kids, probably helping the people that take care of his kids, people that pay the rent and put a fucking, a roof over his head. He was just blowing that shit on sneakers and trips and garbage. And it's like a little kid going by, I got $50. I'm going to go get all the chocolate I can get right now. Like right now. This is burning holes in your pocket. And I mean, that's probably just the kicker. I mean, who knows how dirty this fucking dude is. Slobbering all over everything, dropping fucking cereal all over the table,
he must be a wreck.
shedding, being on drugs, bringing fucking fleas home. It's got to be bad, bro.
I believe, like I said, the reason he's on the outs because of the drug use. I think, I think
that'll do it. That would definitely be one of the straws that would break a back.
Yeah, free basing, getting high.
Yeah, sure.
Sick. Michael Alec. Yeah, I remember him, the club kids. I used to troll them. I used to troll Michael Alec and his little goofy friend when they had Desmond Was Amazing on their show. I was trolling them in the chat. Like, I was calling them like, you pedos, why you got a little kid out here, you sick fucks? And behind them, when they were interviewing Desmond Is Amazing, there was this painting, and it had a date rape drug with a little kid jumping a jump rope. And the little kid Desmond's acting like he's snorting K what is that called? Coke, a K2 off of his wrist. It was disgusting, man. Like, Michael Alec is the club kids. He killed the guy Angel, like SBK's talking about.
No, I don't know about
They were
that.
on Geraldo back in the 90s. They were all on Geraldo. They're called the club kids. They were these weirdos who dressed like to drag and all this weird shit, and they would go to clubs, and everybody would go there. Well, he got hooked on drugs. Macaulay Culkin played him in a movie.
Okay.
What's it called? Monster or something like that.
Hmm.
Yeah, he got all high on coke and killed his friend and had him like in a bathtub for 3 days or chopped him up.
Holy shit.
And then he got out and started doing podcasts. And him and his friend had little Desmond is Amazing on, the little 7, 8-year-old drag kid.
Ugh.
Fucking disgusting.
What the fuck?
Yeah. I remember me and my boy, the Great White Yachty, seen that. And we were like, fuck that. Let's jump in that chat and troll the shit out of him. They blocked us quick, though. But it's disgusting.
Yeah, it sounds fucking disgusting, man. It sounds like more people that should be dropped in the bottom of the ocean.
Well, you can look it up. Geraldo club kids. They were fucking nuts, man. Weirdos. They were making a lot of money, though. This guy, Alec, was making money by getting all these kids to go to the parties and all that shit. They dressed real weird. They made it on Geraldo like 4 or 5 times, man. What's up?
They're saying like ketamine and shit like that in the chat.
Oh, that's okay. Yeah, okay. That's what it was. Well, the kid Desmond was acting like, and he's a little kid, too. At the time, he was probably like 13. It's like, how does this kid know about that? He's probably like 10 at the time. And the mother was a huge fan of Alec and them. She's like a weird groupie who loves serial killers and shit. And then she brings her little drag kid who she started making a little girl at fucking.
What the fuck? See, this is the part that just keeps disgusting me. Just like every time you say it, it's not desensitizing me. It's making me. I'm just like, oh. Yeah. Oh, what the fuck is wrong with you? You should be put in jail now.
Yeah, those parents should. Hi, guys.
Fucking jail.
Yeah, bad company.
Oh, yeah. Speaking of Emmy, though, I was going to say the other reason that you'd probably get fed up with him if you actually had to be around him and live with him. You know he's got a little bit of Al Bundy in him, dude. You know he's just like talking about that time he was quarterback. Yeah. And he made all those touchdowns in one game. You know, like every time you want him to, you remind him to fucking not drink out of the orange juice. He tells you about a time he robbed a bank and how cool he is.
Yeah, he's a total simpleton. A total simpleton.
Yeah, yes.
You remember that when he said a few months ago, he's like, I want to start a podcast. Anybody want to help me do podcast? I was like, please come out with a podcast, but he don't have the intelligence or the drive to do that. Like, no way he can afford to like set up a little studio and have normal people come in and talk. And no, he couldn't do that. He's too stupid. He don't know nothing about.
He mentioned on his own show he wanted to do a book how many times and a movie how many times, and he just got trolled and just kept telling all his stories for free. And then he got his fucking that weird fucking actor that trolled him and got part of his story.
Oh, Shia LaBeouf.
Yeah, that freak.
Well, LaBeouf did what he did. He actually checked up on him and seen that Jimmy's shit didn't add up.
There you go. Well, yeah, I mean, right, he didn't do anything with it. That makes a lot of sense.
No,
that's what would happen, right? So that makes sense.
Well, Shia's not stupid. You know, he might be a nut and all, but recently he became a Catholic after he played Padre Pio. So I wish him the best now. Hopefully he's still a Catholic. But he probably checked Jimmy's story out, realized it didn't add up or it was stupid, you know? Like,
yeah.
He doesn't have a story besides, like, I was Paulie G's friend, and that's it. And all the lies he makes. Like, Tommy Karate, you did not go visit him, Jimmy. Like, Tommy proved it. Tommy has all the fucking receipts of everybody who's visited him. And Jimmy always tries to, and then people always say, oh, the Photoshop picture. They forget there's a 15-minute video of him telling a story.
So the picture was the icing on the cake. The picture was the proof of the story for him. Yes.
Yeah, and the
story he thought was going to really, really do the thing, and then for him get people interested and listening and thinking he's all great, but he wanted to have that picture to just put it over the top and prove it. And that whole
thing, you know, what the funniest thing was? The guy, American Made, he's got a channel, right? He took a meme of Tommy Karate holding a picture of a shirt with Jimmy with a karate suit out, and Jimmy seen it and thought it was real.
Right.
He
Yes.
posted it. It was like, see, I do know him. He don't realize the kid made it as a joke to make fun of you, you moron.
He's a fucking mentally challenged child.
He couldn't play checkers, bro. He could not get through a game of checkers to save his life.
Yeah.
I guarantee he has no wisdom. He has no self-awareness.
No, that's why I want to know if he even has inner dialogue. I mentioned that. I want to know what that's like. It would just be unbelievable.
He's probably the dumbest.
It's gotta be unbelievable.
Pigeon. Out of all the stool pigeons I've encountered on here, he is by far the stupidest rat I've ever.
Or you know what it's probably kind of akin to? Have you seen the Hangover movies?
Yeah, a few of them.
Yeah, okay, all right. Well, what's his? I forget the actor's name, but he's the one that plays the crazy dude that like gives everybody piss without them knowing. But when they show his inner dialogue finally, and he's looking around, he's 9 years old, and all his friends that he's looking at, the way he sees the world, they're all children too, and that's probably at least somewhat getting close to what Jimmy's inner dialogue is like. If you were inside his head, he probably has the vision of like everyone around him being children and him being a child too. Just
I've never seen a man in his 50s that who is that stupid. Like he is really
not one that's unattended, allowed to walk around in public without help.
He should be wearing a helmet at all times.
I mean, this guy's like, I know I've seen, door greeters that get paid based off of their fucking abilities that are smarter than this guy. At least they could probably find their way around a city with a bus map.
Yeah, what a joke. I know how he doesn't, like, he's so dumb, like, no self-awareness, putting out a video like that after you just met with some Rippo. Like, thank you. You just made my video 10 times better tomorrow. Yeah,
well, he took it down because he figured the person that he wanted to see it saw it already. He wasn't betting on other people seeing the video too.
Yeah, he didn't know like you.
He forgets the interwebs work.
Like it just shows what a real degenerate he is. Like I said, and I'll keep stressing it. Any guy to come on the internet and to tell you some sexual thing he's did with some girl 10, 20 years ago,
30 years ago,
is a degenerate fucking loser.
Yeah, there's no reason to tell it. It's totally pointless. That's why I kept asking you why. I was like, why?
Like, come on. Like, you can't see that's not a good fucking look and not a good thing to do. You fucking clown.
Right.
And he could, let me tell you, and that's why do you think he gets beat up all the time? He does get like this, Like, what if he ran into that fucking her nephew or her son and beat his ass?
Mm-hmm.
You know, said that about my mom or something like that, or my sister. I go fuck them up if fuck that. And why do you think he gets beat up all the time? Because he does shit like this. He runs his mouth to people. He threatens everybody.
Yeah.
And when they see him in New York, they give him slaps and call him the helmet.
I love it. It's my favorite thing. It's my Christmas wish come true.
Oh, dude, when I heard that, I was like,
it's my favorite thing. Oh, me too. It was like the best thing ever.
Yeah,
it was better than when he got run off of here.
Yeah,
and his show collapsed and he lost his fucking, what's it called, Patreon and all that.
No, that was Ayla. What's up, Roscoe?
Oh, but he was trying to do it too. Yeah, Jimmy was trying to do all that shit too. I don't know if he really had many members, but yeah, he was.
What you gotta do? You gotta figure out how to plug me in where I can hit these comments and shit. Hit on some of these comments at times.
Yeah, I haven't even looked at that. I'm not sure.
Interaction with the chat is real big. That's why I always like hitting on the comments. But we don't get those. Yeah, we don't get the StreamYards like that where we can do that. There's some way where you can like give your partner ability to hit on things. I don't know how to do it though. No big deal. What's up, White Mike?
Yeah, I'll have to look into. I'll have to like watch some videos or something. I'm clicking through the settings and I don't see anything like that.
No, you don't have. You got to pay for the program, I think. Something like that. It doesn't
Possibly.
matter. I can see them. But yeah, he. What's up, Mickey Griggs? Yeah, it's fucking. He is a special little helmet. He really is. Like he just keeps digging his hole more and more. Just gives me the ammunition. He just loads up my fucking AR-15 for me.
Yeah, he's got to be
Give me
masochistic
more
at this
powder.
point.
More black powder. Thank you. Fucking idiot.
Yeah. What's up, Mickey Griggs? We see you.
Make
Yeah.
it look like a
What's up,
total-
Donald?
See, he takes it down. He thinks, no, like Dave, nobody got the video. Oh, no. I'm going to put your name in it, and I'm going to make sure the people that you trash are going to see that. And the people are going to see, like I've always said when I came out here, I want people to see what these stool pigeons are really about.
Yep.
So maybe the future jurors or future people might see them and say, you know what? I don't believe these guys. I've seen a bunch of them on YouTube lying and trashing people.
Well, that's the biggest thing you've always, Jimmy is your puppet when it comes to shit like that, man, and always has been. Like, you're the reason why he eventually showed everybody who he really is.
Yeah, he
would freak out. He'd jump out of his car. He'd threaten you and scream. Well, he just even threatened you as of fairly recently. That shit hasn't stopped. But I'm just saying initially that
he
stuff
threatened
started.
Rob too. Convict Inc. was, I can't take credit for it all. Convict Inc. was a huge help with.
Well, he ruined him with the karate thing and all that stuff. I'm just saying, as far as getting him to totally freak out and start talking about violence and threats, he jumped all over you.
If he didn't threaten my life 6 or 7 times, he never did. Like, how many times I'm going to come there, I'm going to kill this guy in Rhode Island, put a bullet in his head, eat his ass, kill him, all this crazy shit. Yeah, like, you're a weird old dude.
He even warned you of a surprise attack. I'll never let that one go.
Yeah, how about that?
I'll never let. It's one of my favorite things.
I do. Yeah, I'm going to sneak up on you and surprise you. It's like, you moron. They always go to the threats with these degenerates. Always with the threats and you suck this, you suck that. All degenerates, man.
That's all they know, man. That's the only recourse.
So Jimmy did his first mob tours video, and he took a sexual degenerate like the Rapo. He met up with him and took him on a sexual degenerate tour to Ginaganti's club, to Gotti's clubs, all this fucking weird shit. Like, imagine going to New York, all the shit you can see. You want to go to some social clubs from the fucking 80s. Like, what the fuck? But Harambe is a wise guy, huh? He's a total, and I believe they fuck. I don't want to be crude, but
I was gonna say I think that he wanted to just be with Jimmy. I don't think.
I think they were fucking. I don't
think he cares a lick about anything that has to do with mob or Italians or anything like that. I think he just wanted to be with Jimmy.
Yeah, I bet they spent the night together.
Wouldn't surprise me. He did it with Sammy the Buy, and he paid for that. This one he probably got for free.
Yeah,
because I'll say it again. This is not the type of person that's going to hold you down and do you. This is the type of person that's going to put a wig on and make you do them.
Who do you think was the power bottom?
I think it was probably Harambe.
Yeah, I think Harambe wanted to get pegged by Emmy Vidal Sassoon, Jimmy.
Yeah, well, that's what I was just saying. Like that's the one that likes to take it, man. He's the power bottom. So.
Maybe Tillicum had a finger in Emmy's ass while he's plowing that other degenerate. Imagine having 2 daughters, too, meeting up with a man like that. You got 2 daughters.
Well, it's just terrible. Yeah, that's where we started with that, really, which is just
that he does. Never mind his charges, the shit that he does on here, and all that shit combined. How the fuck would you meet up with a degenerate lowlife?
Don't ask me. I couldn't be around someone like that, man.
No, me neither.
I couldn't breathe the air. There's no way you'd ever shake my hand.
I couldn't play nice with him.
You're not putting your hand on my shoulder. We're not smiling. Like, I don't want to be around you. I'm going to make it clear I don't want to be around you because you're going to see my back as I'm walking away. Like, it's not going down, man.
Anybody who attacks women and can hurt women like that sexually, or men, anybody who can hurt any creature sexually should have their privates chopped off.
Yeah, stuck in their mouth, and then they get thrown in the street.
You know what this animal did? I was on Sug's show the other day. He's in the chat. Sug read this thing that I'm going to read on my show tomorrow night from Sug's community page. And it showed what this guy did to this woman, her statement. He jumped in the car, he grabbed her by the neck, and he said, "You're going to S my D and force this woman to."
I read that on a community post from someone.
Disgusting. Imagine that happening to your niece or someone doing that to a female family member. Like, how bad I'd want to kill these sons of bitches.
Man.
You don't do that to people, man. Like, no means no.
And that paper made it very obvious that someone committed an act against someone that they lived with and then put that person in fear of their fucking life to make the charge get dropped.
Yeah, he beat
and
her.
then when it got pursued and they wanted to talk to her anyway, he went and found her and beat her lifeless with a pool stick so that she wouldn't even cooperate. But at that point, so I mean, we've heard it said before, but I'll reiterate: you don't do 20 fucking years for just beating up somebody with a pool
I don't
stick.
believe he did those years.
Well,
because if that guy did hear me out. Wouldn't he have?
No, of course, I'll hear you. Yeah.
Wouldn't he have a prison channel doing? I believe he was some Fenoic, PC
I don't.
fucking.
Yeah,
rap.
well, there you go. So I don't. Right, I've seen some. Again, I don't know if it's real. I've seen
That's
these
why he has
things
no
on community tabs like everybody else. I don't do this research, so I don't know it's real. But what I've seen stated that he even had a different name while being held in custody. So no, I don't think someone like that. Just to answer your first question, and to your second point, I don't think he would have had a prison channel, and that also makes me more convinced that that's how Jimmy knows him.
Yes, yeah. Bro.
I think, and I said this a fucking year and a half ago, whatever, when 2 years ago when this person popped up when we were having these discussions, and I said my opinion is at that time that these guys had the same handler or handlers, or Jimmy's handler knew this guy's handler, and when Jimmy reached out and said, hey, I need some help fucking doxing people, and these people are fucking with me and giving me a hard time, because the government's dirty, feds are dirty, that guy was like, yeah, hang on, and probably put him directly in fucking touch with Harambe. Because he knew that Harambe doxed people and had no conscience and had no values and had no any of those things.
His family even hated him. His family took him out of the will.
Well, yeah, and if you've done all that time under a different name, you're essentially. I mean, this guy presses charge. He's not going to go to jail,
and he's not going to have prison.
Just like Jimmy, right? Well, just like Jimmy, they have handlers, so they're going to, even if they get in trouble, they're not really going to get quote unquote in trouble like normal people.
Yeah, and
so they do whatever they want. They do it flagrantly because they don't give a shit. They know that they can get out of it. They can call the fucking feds that they've been helping or whatever.
Yeah, and the reason he has no prison stories is you can't be proud of saying I was a PC rat.
Not a whole lot can happen when you're in a fucking cell for 23 hours a day.
That guy's got all them names. If anybody doesn't believe that guy's was an FBI informant at one time, and just like he said, Jimmy's fucking handler fucking put them together because they know they were acid tops and power bottoms.
And to be fair, right? We don't know we don't know if this person was a quote unquote like a FBI rat. Honestly, he might have got jammed up while he was in prison and then ratted on people that he was around in prison and had to be fucking put. You know what I mean? But either way, it shakes the same.
Yeah,
right. It shakes the same way. You still end up with a federal fucking handler who introduces you to Jimmy. That's like, no matter how you shake it.
Streams, some of his the first time he went on with that helmet retard, he did a stream. Who is Stax and who is Jimmy Commando?
Yes.
And I was like, Stax is cool. Jimmy's a rat. And he acted like he didn't know Jimmy. Jimmy jumped on. They acted like they didn't know each other. Then halfway through, they admitted they talked to fucking.
Well, yeah. And the other thing that was weird, too, is that I remember that. And it wasn't that he just said he didn't know who he was. It was that he totally flipped out and was like, you're not going to call him a fucking rat in my chat. And you're not gonna do that. If I don't know it, then you're not gonna say it here. And he went on this fucking huge freak out with the banana, and I think that's probably about you started calling him Harambe.
That's exactly why, because he was
right. Yeah, he was losing his total, and it was all over somebody he supposedly didn't know.
Yes, exactly. And he goes, "Don't call him a rat until I do the research." And I remember
that's right. Yes,
a few days
exactly.
later, he was leaving me comment. I was like, did you do the research, rat lover? Like, you're just a fucking mob fanboy, just like the rest of these pink bitches.
Yeah.
You're a mob fanboy. That's what you are, bitch. He's a fan, and he tries to, and he's I really do believe he was a CI informant. He probably put mad people away down in Florida. Fucking big queen, putting wigs on, makeup, fucking queen.
That shit was in that paperwork too. That like totally flipped me out. The stuff that she was reporting to the police when she came home and found him on his knees in a wig and like with two dudes and like, man.
Like we all know that this guy without a doubt.
Forget about it.
Is like that. You know what I mean?
Well, yeah, bro, of
Well, look,
course.
the hatred towards women, right? The sexual attack, like I can fight with women on here too. I've done it.
And take all that stuff away and just show me a dude that wears wigs and rides scooters and dances around like a hua.
Yeah, not only that, the hatred towards women is a big thing. Like,
yeah, no, then you add those things on top. I'm just saying, yes, but take those things aside, you still have the proof. Yeah.
Yeah, we've all debated and argued with women on here. You know, I can argue with a woman and debate her, but I'm never going to go to sexual tropes and attacks and I'm gonna rape this and that. Who the hell talks like that? You know what I mean?
Disgusting. Yeah, water, just fucking brown water, disgusting water trash. That's who talks like that. Disgusting, brown and green and purple and gross, disgusting, moldy water trash.
Yeah. Well, fucking, they belong to each other, those two. I'll tell you that.
Oh, it's quite the pair. I mean, talk about one of the worst pairs of humans you could happen upon on the street. What? Geez, I mean, oh my God.
Yeah, quite the taking around to these old social clubs on a gay mafia tour. It's so stupid.
Well, yeah, that's just weird, regardless of who's doing it. That shit's super bizarre to me. Super, it always will be.
Sexual degenerates. Both old women in contempt have a hatred towards women. Both like. I
think it's hilarious. People talk about they're at the Ravenite and all that stuff. It's like, no, bro, you're at a shoe store.
Yeah, you're not at a Ravenite. You're at a shoe store. Whatever.
You're at a shoe store, bro. You're at a shoe store, and if you go in there just to walk on the tile or ask to use the bathroom, you need to shoot yourself.
Yeah, I don't know what that place is now.
It's a shoe store. I think it's still a shoe store. Yeah, it was for a long time. It was a woman's shoe store, and they said that I saw a thing about it on YouTube because they were having a problem with all the weird mob humps coming in there asking if they could just like walk around and use the bathroom. That's why I said that, because they kept the bathroom and they kept the tile on the floor.
Fucking goofs, man.
Weird.
You know, nothing against Chindaganti or John Gotti. You know, they were good dudes, but. If I go to New York, I'm not going to go and want to see their old social. I could give a fuck less, and God bless them, but I could give a fuck less.
No, here's right. Okay, right. If it was still going on, and you had the power to walk down the street and walk me into the real Ravenite, where I could sit down and have a fucking espresso with some really awesome old Italian gentlemen that I could actually speak with because I'm of the heritage and stuff, and I would say, you know what? That's really cool, but that's not what's happening right now.
Like if we knew the people, that'd be a different story. If I grew up with them, or they were an uncle, or that'd be a different story. But I would never go and want to sit down with people I don't know, and get the.
Well, I'm just saying, just for me, if I'm in a city or whatever, and I knew somebody that could take me into an Italian social club, I could have espresso with some cool old Italian guys that were, I could have a talk with.
Lived in New York. If you lived in New York,
even if I didn't know them, I would find that a pleasant experience, right? Even if I'm not from there, I'm on vacation, I meet some guys like, hey, I could take you're Italian, I'm Italian. Let's go to the fucking social club. We're gonna have espresso. I'll introduce you to some cool old guys that tell funny racing stories and shit,
Okay.
But that's not what's going on here. We're getting taken to a fucking shoe store by a weird deviant and an R guy. Like, it's like what's going on?
If I went to New York and you like had family who had a club or something, I'd go there and bullshit.
Yeah, right.
If I didn't know you and just seen you on the news or something, I would.
Oh no, before right.
Like
it's weird.
Fucking Joey Marlino. That's fucking creepy. Going to some trial.
Yes, weird dude.
Shit,
Yeah.
Or going to restaurants where these some supposedly wise guys own this shit, and you go in and you say hi, you try to be nice to them, then you go tell the whole world you know them. Fucking creepy. Now, like I said, if I went to a city and say King Dom said, "Hey, me and my father are cooking pasta. Come to our little club. We'll talk about Italian history." Yeah, I'd love it. I'd go. But
they have easy ways of getting, because it always says private on any of those doors anyway. Like you've been, you know what I mean. You've been around.
We don't have.
And then like the easy way to get rid of people in those places that just walk in thinking they're slick and stuff like that. They usually just charge them $100 for their coffee.
The couple social clubs up here are inhabited by old ladies, old men.
Bro, they just play cards and fucking hang out and stuff like that. It's not what people think, bro. I got a couple of places around where I live here. And you go in there, it's just people playing cards. They're watching fucking Italian soccer on TV.
Yeah, there's no crime at all.
No.
Speak for the ones around here. The
But
very
it
few
is a private club though, like I said, and I have seen people walk in and they go, "This is a private club. We don't really sell stuff." The people be insistent, and I'll go, "Okay, well then your coffee's $100."
Yeah, there's time. I've seen people come in and be like, "Is this a restaurant? What's there to eat here?" Like, no, this is a private club.
Yeah,
But I've never seen crime. There's old ladies and old men.
no, 100%.
Guns,
Yeah, no, 100%, bro. Yeah, the one over here by where I even take my son once in a while, and there's like a bocce in the back.
Oh, bocce ball. Yep. Yeah. We had a bocce.
You know what I mean? Yeah, like that's about the. You can play some bocce. You can watch Italian soccer on TV. They got news going on from Europe. People are playing fucking all kinds of games and cards and shit like that.
Yeah,
Most of the men that are there are getting away from their wives.
Yeah.
Like,
Do you know how far is the social club that they went to from Gotti's Ravenite to the Chindaganti place that these two fanboys went to?
that's on two different. I mean, it's not super far, but it's on different sides of Manhattan.
Two different sides.
Yeah, two different sides of Manhattan.
So that probably took a few hours. So these two weirdos.
It just depends on traffic, but yeah, I mean, like I said, it's not super duper far, but it's far enough. Like, there's really no reason to be doing that shit. And yeah, if they were driving in Manhattan and you had traffic, forget about it. Who knows how long it took them? Wow. And it costs a lot of money to get into Manhattan. Now they even just raised it. They put another fucking toll. Once you're in Manhattan, you got to pay another toll to get into like the financial district or anything where they might consider you an extra pain in the ass. You got to pay like another $15, $20, $25.
Wow.
So it's like $50 just to get into the city now. Yeah, well, you gotta pay to cross the bridge in the first place. It's fucking asshole.
Tillicum paid it.
Oh, of course, man. Yeah.
Imagine going up. That's some sick shit. I believe that weirdo just went up there for that to meet Emmy and those other losers.
Parasite said the same thing. He said no traffic. It doesn't take long, but with traffic, it can take forever. That's exactly what I was saying. It's not super far, bro, but like with traffic, who knows?
Yeah, it depends if they had hit traffic or not.
Yeah, because I've told you, like when I was growing in my teenage years, I used to spend my summers with my cousins in fucking Bensonhurst. That was one of the reasons I started like talking to Joe and was like, oh yeah, hey, blah blah blah. I used to actually sound like a couple of my cousins and shit, you know what I mean? Like, that's cool. And when we would talk and stuff, you know. But so I've been out that way. Like, there was a Bay 15th, there was a fucking bocce. I used to go down there with my cousins, my uncles, and all the people around there and stuff.
My father loved it, but my uncles loved it.
Yeah, I still love it. And it's one of the things I always did with the men in my family. That's one of, you know what I mean? Like in any family, there's like one or two things that kind of bring everybody together. That was one of the things, like even for holidays and stuff, we'd go out, we'd play the bocce, you know.
Yeah, the bocce balls. Yeah.
Yeah.
Play bocce. I used to like playing it.
Yeah, I even got my son doing it too. My daughter won't fuck with it, but my son likes to play.
Yeah, my little brother and my little cousins didn't like it. Me and a few of my cousins liked it and played it. My uncle Kamino taught me how to play it. My father taught me.
Yeah.
We used to play the bocce. We also had horseshoes.
Oh, yeah, that's fun. Yeah.
Go to horseshoes also.
Yeah, horseshoes are fun. Yeah, I had an uncle that liked to play that a lot. Yeah. I mean, we'd have like barbecues and stuff. He'd always set that shit up.
No, Midwest Mobsters, no. He went, Emmy Calamandria gave him a mob tour. And Emmy just recently, today, put up these degenerate videos where he's talking about sexual things he did with these women 30 years ago. He's trying to cover for the Tommy Reynolds story, where Convict Nick came out and told what Tommy Reynolds told him, how Jimmy lured his ex-girlfriend under false pretenses to a hotel for sex, and the lady said no, and he looked like an idiot. So he's trying to cover for that story, you know, right now. Mm-hmm. That's what, and he took it down. Once I shared Lying Informant's channel, as soon as I shared that, boom, it was down like 10 minutes later. Like, dude, what an idiot. And he looks so guilty by taking it down. You know, I delete videos because I say Fenoik in English, you know, and once I do that, it's like, okay, I got to take it down. You know, all videos that I just don't want up, it's just me talking, you know, I'm not talking about nothing specific. So, you know, why have my channel flooded with all that shit? I'd rather have videos, you know, of me doing specific content. But yeah, he takes it down. It's like, why even put that up? I'd love to know who hit him up and said, yeah, that doesn't look good.
Right.
Take it down. Maybe his sister. I don't know if he's close with Tokyo Rose still. I don't know.
Who knows? You know, like I said, it could be any combination of the things that we've pointed out or you've pointed out as possibilities. It could be something totally different.
Could
Who
have
knows?
you think the sister hit him up? Maybe. Well, this is a small possibility because, like I said, once I posted it, then he took it down. But if she hit him
Yeah,
up,
sure.
hey,
I
that's
mean,
not a
somebody
good
could have
look.
saw it that was close to him and said something. Sure, somebody else might have
Well,
saw it
it's
and left a
possible.
comment to him, and knowing the story that we know and said, "Hey, I heard that you just went up there and popped the bathrobe, and then he took it down." Maybe he got. Who knows, man? Who knows? Yeah, who knows?
No, I think it's
It might
possible.
have been when he got a message from you saying, I'm going to call you on your BS. He might have flipped out and taken it down.
Well, no, what I think is, well, that's possible. What I think happened was someone seen that I posted it and said, "Oh, I'm going to get him tomorrow night," and they hit him up and says, "Yeah, take that down." And yeah, that does look bad, Jimmy. You're talking about two women and saying their names for Christ's sakes and saying sexual shit about them. These are mothers, probably married now with kids. Just like, who does that anyways? Even if they were dead, even if these girls were deceased, don't dishonor their memory and bring them up. You could like, don't say their names, so don't say it at all. It makes you look like a total degenerate
Yeah.
weirdo anyway.
Yeah. I told you, it fucking turned my stomach, bro.
Yeah, mine too.
It really did. And I was telling you that before we went live, right? So I
Yeah,
mean, that's my honest answer, bro, to when you
Rex have
asked me
like
if I saw it.
I jump on. It's funny, right? I jump on. He loves talking, so if I don't tell him to hit live, we'll talk for 20 minutes. So
Yep, we've done that.
Hit live quick.
We've done that. We've been chatting for like 20, 30 minutes, and then you're like, "Hey, shit, go ahead and hit that." I'm like, "Oh,
yeah,
okay.
hit that live, man. We're burning good content right here."
Yeah, that's true. But yeah, that's the truth, man. That's what I told you, though. When you asked me if I saw it, I said, "Man, it just turned my stomach." I said the first part of it was just like obvious to me that it was all lies anyway, even if I didn't know the story. But just by the way he was talking and pausing and stuff. But when he got to that part about every man knows what to expect when you go to a hotel room with a woman, and then he tried to cover it up. No, and because you could tell that's what happened. He's like, to have sex. He's like, well, maybe to have a drink. It's like, Jimmy, you're a sick fucker. You're a sick fucker.
Yeah, and if the girl wanted to go to the hotel with him, she would have stayed with him the whole night. That she wouldn't have left, and that, like, his story wouldn't even have happened. Like,
dude, and why would you assume that first anyway? So let's put this back into its context, bro. As disgusting as it is, this is your best friend's ex-fiance of, like, maybe they've been broke up for a day or a couple days. So she came to hang out with you. If she came to hang out with you, it was out of solace. Maybe she didn't have any other friends. Maybe she was checking in with you to see how he was doing. You start drinking with her. She's like, I don't want to go home, or maybe fucking, I'd rather hang out with you. And he says, okay, well, I live with my parents. Let's go get a hotel room. Well, at that point, she's still just seeking solace and hanging out with a friend. You don't become a scumbag and pull your Peter out on her, bro. That's
yeah, you don't
just gross.
I personally wouldn't even be hanging out with her. I'd bring other
No, of course. That's what I said. All things aside, of course.
Yeah,
that was the first, right? That's the first scumbag move, though, for sure. Yes.
Yeah, but the devil's advocate, you being like, all right, let's just say, why not just be a friend to the girl?
Right.
Number one, anybody who tries to screw their friend's ex-girlfriends is a lowlife, right?
Yes.
If you're somebody who bangs or touches your friend's ex-girls, you're a scumbag.
Yeah.
Anybody went near my ex-girlfriends, one of my friends, I'd whoop their ass.
Yeah, and if you're with any girl, regardless of whether or not they're your exes or your best friend's ex, if you're with a girl under the auspices of comforting her while she's in emotional pain, and then you try and sleep with her, you should be thrown in the pits of hell. You're a fucking disgusting human being.
Yeah, that's a shitty move.
I mean, I could not imagine. I really can't.
Girlfriend's like, I don't mean like a 6th grade girlfriend, like a kid thing. I mean, like, if that was your friend's real girlfriend, I don't mean like.
Yeah, no, they were fucking engaged to be married. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm talking about that's a real girlfriend of one of your friends. You don't date your friend's ex-girlfriend.
Yeah, this is someone they loved and has met his parents and like all of that stuff.
I don't mean like kids in school, like, like every 7th grade girls and kids are dating everybody, but they just high and by in school, maybe give each other a hug or whatever. You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah.
I mean, like someone's real girlfriend, like your friend's girlfriend. He was with her. You don't go with them. You don't mess around. That's a scummy move.
Yep.
I don't want that done to me. It's disrespectful.
It's the kind of thing, really, like if you knew both of them, you'd really want to just go punch him in his fucking face.
That's why do you think he has no friends at all? Not even.
It's sick. All right, good night, Donald. Yeah, that's sick, bro.
Listen, if I was 55, I'm 45 years old. If I had no friends, like I get people move around. Like I'm not like there's people out there that don't have any friends. Maybe they move, shit like that. I get that, right? They work all the time. They moved. I get it. But if you lived in the same area your whole life and you have no friends, that says something about you. You know, like you must
Yeah.
have a lot of
You're
people.
right. You're talking about someone that starts off supposedly having every friend in the world.
Yeah,
That's right.
yeah.
Yes, that's right.
Yeah, I don't mean it's like a recluse person.
Right. Yeah. No. Right. Someone in his exact shoes that was literally supposed to be friends with everybody to the point where they were so loyal to each other they all got princess tattoos on their ankles.
Well, not even them. What about the kids from school? Like the kids who didn't get in trouble? Like like he had to have other friends.
Oh, of course. Yeah, of course. Those are close knit neighborhoods, bro.
Kids.
Forget about it. Those are very, very close knit neighborhoods, right? Where everybody knows everybody.
Not every kid was the Terminator, Paulie G.
That's a small percentage. Small. Yeah,
and God rest his soul. But Jimmy makes him out to be the Terminator. He was a vicious killer. He's a killing everybody or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Once that degrading the guy's soul, dragging him through the mud. Look, he had his picture on his channel for how long?
Yeah, my cousins were all good people. I mean, I had a couple that weren't, but for the most part. But for the most part, my cousins were all good people. Like I said, there's a small handful of them that you probably really wouldn't want to deal with. But
same here. I think everybody has that in their family.
Well, and that's what exactly, bro. And that's why I say it's just like any other area where you're going to have some tough guys, but for the most part, you got regular, everyday people, man.
Yep, of every nationality. You know what I mean? Like
100%.
The Italians got their little thing. You got your good, you got your good kids, and you got your kids that get in trouble. Same with friggin' the Irish, all these.
Yeah, and there's nothing wrong with that, Mick. I mean, the point is like that you should know you could trust your friends with your girl, but being a stand-up guy, you would never put her or them in that position.
No.
Right?
Never put them in that position.
Right. I mean, of course, you only hang out with certain people because at the end of the day, you would hope that everyone would behave themselves, but you don't do that. Yeah, you should look down on that. Like if I was gone from my house and one of my friends popped up at my house knowing that I wasn't there and my wife was, they would have a serious fucking problem. And I'm not a tough guy. I would just at that point be defending my honor. And that's where shit would get stupid.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
I'm not going to be thinking clearly at that point.
No, you don't mess around with people's families like that.
That's right.
Stuff. You just don't.
That's right.
Yeah, if we were young, when we were younger, if any one of our friends, well, I'll tell you a true story right here, and I don't want to say no names, but how could I put this? Let's say I used to watch a movie, and we had these friends. One friend ended up going and stealing one of my friend's wives, actually, years ago, like when he was in the can and shit, and fucking real bad shit, and we never talked to him again. We stuck loyal to our other friend. Just if he did that to him, we wouldn't talk to you no more. And I don't want to be friends with someone like you. If you did that to him, you do that to me, and I don't want to be friends with someone like that. Like they were these guys were tight. Like these guys bled together, fought together, like went to jail together. Like these are two tight people. Two people I loved, man. Like my little buddies that were real tight. Like I loved both of these guys, and one of them I still do, but the other one I can't talk to no more, and it sucks because I love that kid. I love him, But when you do that to somebody, and I can't.
Well, it shows that not only do they covet what their friend may have, but they're willing to act on it, and that's unacceptable.
And
next time it could be you, and who knows what it could be. It could be a girl, it could be money, it could be something you got in your house.
Not just me did it. My whole neighborhood, my whole neighborhood, and we cut off somebody we loved. Because they're like, what kind of friends would we be to him if we don't cut you off?
All right, and who says they won't do it to you?
You just took somebody's family.
Yeah.
No, fuck that. Yeah, and that hurt too, man. That hurt a lot of people.
I'm sure it did.
Yeah.
I'm sure it did.
But yeah, my point is, when you play around like that, you can't be able to deal with people like that no more. It's just shows a nastiness in somebody and that treasonous shit that a whole betraying your friend. That's why do you think I hated Corey Feldman, dude? What he did to Corey Haim. You know, that was his supposedly best pal and all this shit. And when the kid dies, he makes up all these slanderous lies and shit.
Mm-hmm.
Like saying he was raped by Charlie Sheen, which is a lie. It did not happen on the set of Lucas. But, you know, that kind of betrayal from a friend is disgusting.
Yeah. And you know, I don't know the ins and outs of all that stuff like you do. You know, I think the guy's a scumbag for a lot of reasons of my own. But what from the things that I have been told and have heard between you and like your conversations with Kim and stuff like that, the only thing that I needed to hear that sealed it for me early on was the fact that Haim, his mom, came out and was like, hey, this is what the fuck is up.
Yeah,
and that kid's full of shit, and here, let me tell you why. That's all I need to hear.
Yeah,
if mom spoke up, mom knew her son spoke to her, knew all that stuff, would have known all that stuff, and I will listen to the mom. And that's all I needed to hear, you know?
Yeah, the mother went on stream with Kim and her friends many times.
And that tells you everything. That tells you everything.
Yeah, she told the lies, how he lied. And he made a documentary and a stupid TV show about it. And it was terrible. It was such a slanderous, filthy thing to do to somebody. And you could see that this guy was not his friend. It was just pure hatred and jealousy. Now, people might say, well, why did Haim work with him? Haim needed to work, right? He needed to work, and they want to see the two Corys together.
Well, so there it is. There it is. Yes, he didn't. I mean,
he liked him at one point.
If he wanted to eat, right, and even if he didn't like him, no, this happens with people that don't like each other too.
At one point, they did. They were close at one.
Sure, and that's a fair point, right? So then that would be an incentive to want to do it. But right, even if they didn't, to your original point, which is these people had agents. These people had managers, and when they get given certain kinds of work, and like you said, again, to your point, people wanted to see them together. Well, then that's the projects you're getting offered. And if you want to keep doing what you're doing and you want to eat and be a fucking actor, you're going to work with you're going to do what is asked of you. You're going to do what's hot right now.
Yes.
End of the day, that's what you got to do. You got to do your managers and your agents and shit tell you to do, or they're not going to give you another deal maybe, or they're going to keep bringing you 10 more deals that also have you acting with this person. Because again, to your point, that's what was hot at the time, so and if he did like him and they were friends, then that's a huge incentive to be happy about it happening. Sure.
Listen, he actually set him up to be molested by Dominic Braja, and then
what the fuck?
And then was still friends with Dominic Braja after the fact. And that's when you see Corey Haim confronting him in the two stories. Remember that the reality show they did when he yelled at him in the diner? And he says, "You let me get fucked over, man, when I was 14." Well,
I don't think so.
You could pull it up. It would pull up if you pull it up. You can pull it up if you want. It's up to you. But that's what he's talking about. Him setting him up to get molested by Dominic.
Right.
Braja. And so Dominic Braja and Corey Feldman in 2017, to take the heat off them, they called up the Inquirer and made up a story that Sheen raped Haim on the set of Lucas. You know what I mean? So that got the ball rolling on that. It became like a conspiracy thing and all shit like that. And Jude was fighting against that. Then Feldman came with a new lie that Haim took him aside one night at dinner and said, "Listen, man, if I die, I need you to tell the world that Charlie Sheen raped me on the set of Lucas." Which
what the fuck?
And he was in his 30s. Why would he die? He didn't think he was going to die. Why would he tell Feldman that? There's no way.
Yes, right. I'm with that again. I go back to whatever the mom says is the truth. Yeah.
Kim, the mother, and her friends proved it by having Corey Feldman's bodyguard, Dre, come on, this big black dude, this big fucking jacked motherfucker, right?
Right.
Bodyguard. He came on the show and he said, "Listen, they were never alone that night. We were always together. They were never alone." So,
right. And what was the other weird one that you've told me too, where he supposedly got it on the set of a fucking movie and then like just went and did the next scene? Like, come on, bro.
That's what I'm talking about. What's up?
That is it. Okay. That is okay.
Yeah. That's Corey.
That's
Haim.
Insane, bro. That would never. That would never. The kid would be hurt.
Exactly, a 13-year-old boy.
He'd be all shaken and emotionally fucked up, and like he'd be physically harmed, and his stomach and his insides would be tore up. Bro.
Look at this. I've seen Corey Haim's sister go on streams.
What's up, chillin'?
Yeah, what's up, bro? I've seen the sister go on streams before and say, I was on that set. There was hundreds of kids. It was at a high school. There was hundreds of people on that set at all times. You can't take someone between two trailers and do that, because that's what Fraudman said.
Well, that's insane.
Yeah,
like, and even outside, basically, right? That's basically what that means. Between two trailers, that's outdoors, right?
Yeah, so
come on, bro.
Make that up too. Like, it happened.
That's insane. That's an insane claim. Even if it was two grown people, it's like you're going to tell me that even if it was right, that's exactly what I'm getting at, right? So, like, even if it was two grown people that were consensual, it's like you're telling me that they went over there and they butt hunched, right? We're going to be nice. We're not going to get out cussing and stuff. They did their deed in between two trailers where God and everybody could see him, bro. Get out of here with that. Yeah. Get out of here with that.
Yeah, on a set with hundreds and hundreds
of
kids.
No flipping way, bro.
Yeah. So he did that. He was desperate because he wanted another season of the two Corys, right? But Haim died. So he needed a way to make money to go on his tour.
Yeah, see, I've never even heard of that show, bro. I didn't even know that was a show.
Yeah, they made a show. I forget what year it was. It was called The Two. It was heavily scripted, but some parts weren't. But that
gotcha.
Scripted. The part where Haim says, "You let me get fucked over," rape, so to speak. That wasn't scripted right there. But there was other parts that were, and sometimes it wasn't. But yeah, it was.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Corys. It was a stupid reality show. I didn't like it. It was dumb. They made Haim like the odd couple. They tried to make Feldman out to be. They put him in like some fake house he didn't really live in. They tried to make it out to be like Ozzy and Harriet with his wife.
Yeah, right.
And Haim's this wild like bachelor. They're trying to get dates, and he tried to make fun of Haim through the whole thing and diss him through the whole thing anyway, because he was the producer.
He can be married all he wants. He's definitely a fucking power bottom.
Oh, he is. Yeah, he's had some callboy rumors also. Foster.
Yeah, he'd be giving it away.
He's a creepy dude with women, though. I've actually talked to one of those angels on stream before, one of the Corey's angels. I was on stream with the what's her name? I forget. Jackie. I was on stream with her before. She told stories about him. He was, if she wouldn't have sex with him, right? So he was mean to her. The angels wouldn't sleep with him, and most of them didn't. I think 99. Matter of fact, no.
Oh, you told me about that. The angels,
99% of them didn't sleep with him. I think only.
And he also lied about Hefner, right? He was trying to. That's the whole thing with the angels, is he was trying to be a poser. Right.
Yes, well, Hugh Hefner. Well, because when he started the Corey's Angels thing, he tried to, say that Hugh Hefner took him aside and said, "I'm passing the torch to you." It's like, he's such a bullshit of that guy. He's such a Gianni Russo. Pablo Escobar kidnapped me and took me to South
Why
America.
Would he? Yeah, it's like, dude.
Up, and then I said to him right before he was me, he said to me, "Wait, you're Carlo from The Godfather."
I remember that's a stupid shit.
Right before this guy who's killed hundreds of people is about to murder you, he goes, "Oh my God, you're Carlo from The Godfather."
How about when he told? That's the same thing. He
go.
told Vlad that shit. But how about when he told Vlad he stole $3 million from 6 banks $36 million from 6 banks in 3 hours?
I don't remember that one, but that sounds like
there's a clip that I just saw it. It came across my feed yesterday. I was like, no fucking way, bro. He's talking to Vlad about how he robbed 6 banks in 3 hours, got like 30-something million bucks. It was crazy.
He's another degenerate who has to always tell sex stories about poor Marilyn Monroe.
Oh, yeah, right. Yeah, he said, he does that, bro. He said he slept with everybody.
Everybody and their mother wants to tell sex stories about this deceased woman. Like, you fucking dirtbags. These are old men. Have some respect. Tell a good story about her. Tell something nice instead of a sexual degenerate story about the woman. Fucking animals.
Yeah. Well, from what I've heard, and I don't know a lot of people, but I did hear this from somebody that was not claiming to be friends with Russo, but had been at the same party. And this guy told me that nobody, after 5 or 6 minutes of talking to this person, wanted any fucking thing to do with him. That he was one of the most. Yeah, they said that he was unbelievably fucking obnoxious to
Yeah,
everyone that he spoke to. He said that he'd be like making his way around the party, being very boisterous and very like in your face and larger than life,
one of them
and,
kind of
thinking
people.
like, yeah.
They're
And he said he was basically like trying to throw his cock around. That's what he said to me.
Yeah.
And he said, bro, he said nobody wanted a fucking thing to do with this guy.
Like a Spockone, like very annoying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's what he told me.
Loud, boisterous, and yeah, that's annoying shit. I don't like people that do that. It's like, stop, man. Yeah, the lies he told that guy Vlad are pretty outrageous, right? You know, the Pablo Escobar.
They're insane. They're fucking insane. All of the stories he tells are insane. Yeah, like you said, the Maryland stuff, the fucking the cartel shit.
Do you know how that happens? I say sycophants. I say the people around him say, yeah, I believe that. So he gets ballsy enough to go on fucking the internet to say these wild bullshit.
Oh yeah, he tells all the weird stories about like running restaurants or being in restaurants and fighting people and like hitting crazy, like dangerous people in the face with bottles and shit, and like getting out of it because he is who he is. Like,
I don't remember all of his stories, but I remember. What's up, Brooklyn Bounce, White Mike? What's up, bro? I don't know all of them, but the ones I do remember, the Pablo, the Maryland ones, a couple of. I don't remember much about the Godfather stories he was talking about, but the Pablo one blew my mind because that was like elaborate. He said he was being tortured for days, and he went into mad detail with this bullshit.
Yeah.
Story. And then he said right before he was going to kill him, he said that to him. Like,
oh yeah, he didn't notice up until then.
Yeah, it was so, and he wasn't begging and saying, "I'm an actor, I'm worth money." Like he would.
Right after days of intense and very personal torture and being screaming in your face, it was just at that moment that he realized, "Oh wait, now I know you."
Yeah, it makes no sense.
You're Simple Jack.
Yeah, you're Simple Jack. You're Simple Jack. Yeah, you're Simple Jack.
We no kill you. We hold you ransom.
We hold you ransom. You play every night. We love Simple Jack.
He's fucking Simple Jack. Nice.
Yeah. Never go full helmet.
Yeah, man.
Oh man.
That's good stuff.
Yeah, that guy. It is sad when you got these grown men like that, older guys and Italians. You know, they go on there and they make us look like fucking stupid greaseball idiots, telling these sexual stories and these lies about Pablo Escobar. Like, it's like, come on, dude. You fucking.
Yeah. Might as well be just wearing a white beater and drinking and smoking and like, come on, bro.
Yeah, it's just like, come on, dude. You look like an idiot. You know? Like, no one believes you. Like, no one's, I don't know who's going to buy that. Maybe some young people or people don't know.
It's got to be. It has to be. Because, a lot of this stuff is, I think that's an excellent point. We should talk about that, right? So, like, a lot of this mob hump stuff, like the next generation of it, they're so far removed from it, right? People like John Gotti and Sammy the Buy and, like, the Chin people we've mentioned. These people are literally they're from the last century.
Yeah.
They're from the fucking 1900s, bro. Right?
Yeah.
These people are only
the 20th century, yeah.
People that exist in movies and books and shows, right? So their only attachment to that is not even like the idea of what it truly represented. It's really just a weird, like, it's Coca-Cola. Right? It's a fad. Yeah. It's Nike.
Yeah. Well, yeah, it is a fad. Well, it stays a little longer than I don't know.
It's a band, is all I'm saying. Like, it's something that they get into, like any other TV show or any other kind of weird hobby or something like that.
The mob humps about. I don't say it. I have to disagree. Not a fad because it's been around for so long. There's always been wise guy humps for a while.
Yeah. No, I'm talking about just this next generation of like the younger kids and stuff like that are so detached from it. Like, because like you've said before and I've said before, like it really doesn't even exist. Anymore,
yeah,
right.
So see movies.
So like the latest Gotti movie that that trash pile, like that's the one with Travolta. Like that's what a lot of kids are thinking about Gotti. Like
probably or what? Maybe they're watching maybe Goodfellas or what? They don't really make.
Sure, that's another one that you would have to watch.
Sucked.
The Irishman was horrific. Yeah.
Is there any gangster movies that these young kids would watch?
Not recent, I don't think. not recent ones. I think, like you were saying, I think that's
Maybe older
like stuff like Goodfellas is the stuff they have to look at or whatever.
Yeah, they'll
Sure.
probably watch nostalgic movies like that, old movies like Goodfellas, Scarface, Casino, movies like that. Yeah. Oh
Yeah,
God.
and even those, yeah, they're going to be a hard watch for somebody
HBO.
that didn't grow up watching, like
Yeah,
regular
HBO one.
looking movies and TV. They're going to be like, this is dull and slow and fucking.
Or they might watch some of these, listen to some of these stool pigeon liars. That's why
100, yes.
is important.
Yep.
People
Yep.
should
That's a
go-
good point. Right.
And
Because
like,
that's the only shit they're exposed. Yep. There you go.
that's why the We Push Back is really good. Dom's
Yeah.
website, JTP's website. That's why I always I try not to hashtag it much when I argue with people because I don't want to like bring heat to him and bullshit. You don't pay attention to this shit. You don't need to be
Mhm.
slick for that shit. But I always hashtag it with stool pigeons and dog videos. But I try not to do it with
Right.
videos. But that's why that's so important because it gives people the people families that the rats are slandering. It gives them a voice if they need one, and it gives
Yeah.
back on their lies and stories that they're making up. Because remember, these informants are not only trying to
Yeah. It's the alternate source of information. Sure.
make up a fake history about a secret society, right? Making up a secret
Mhm.
history. They're also
And it's all self-serving garbage. Right. Yeah.
they're also trying to hurt individual people that are people's fathers, grandfathers, uncles, friends. You know what I mean? Like people,
Mhm.
these are real human beings. Like real people, like not just mom guys or whatever. These are like people who love dogs and fucking sports and were great cooks and were great to children. And I'm not saying every wise guy was a great guy, right? You had bad guys out there.
No, but I'll say the one thing I've said 100,000 times on here is that people have only heard about 1%
Yeah, exactly.
of those guys.
Exactly. Yeah.
And what you've heard has been government narrative and rat bullshit.
Yeah, because if most of them, listen, there's a few bad ones, obviously, just like anything, but most
Like
of them,
anything. Yep.
just like anything, like mailmen or whatever, and firemen or whatever job,
Whatever it is.
exactly. You're gonna have good and bad, and like I said, look, just ask their children. Go ask their kids, their grandkids about them. If they talk highly about them, they're probably real good people, because that's the interactions I had.
Well, yeah. Where's all the? Where's the? Yeah, I don't do like the link thing. I've seen that. I don't do that. We're just having a chat or whatever. Last time Truck jumped on and that was fine. He's our buddy, but I don't do that. We're just sitting here chatting. But thank you.
Why they use a Dub's picture, man?
Huh?
Yeah, they got Dub's picture up there. Fucking nut. But yeah. Well, yes. No. Yeah, Truck's different, but yeah, just anybody jumping on. It's just like, what's the point?
No, I don't do that.
Yeah,
we're just chatting or whatever.
But you go live other nights, people can join.
Yeah. I've said that before. I've offered for Mob Rat Hunter and stuff like that if they want to have a link or whatever, and I'm just doing a regular show. Sure. Yeah, I've offered.
You've been streaming a lot lately, and people have been.
Yeah, I've been trying to fill some space because, like I said, I know that there were some shows that were coming on a little bit more frequently, and people had stuff to do, and I realized there haven't really been some of those shows recently, so I've been trying to come on a little bit more so people have a place to hang out and talk or whatever if they need one while I'm just sitting here,
Yeah. Those lying comments are fun to listen to. Talk. They are big, tough guys. Yeah, they're nuts. What's up, Parasite Slayer? They're nuts. What's up, SBK? Jimmy J.O. Seymour. What's up?
Oh yeah, they all talk. Yeah, that's the self-serving stuff though. That tough guy talk. That's just bullshit.
Yeah,
and remember too that the ones that come on here and talk that way, they are also very, very, very small inside, and they're trying to like build up a character for themselves because they don't know who they are anymore.
Yeah, they want to portray that like gangster image of a tough guy, but they're
but they're completely broken and everyone hates them.
Yeah. Like I said. Look what they do. Look how they act. Now the majority of them just go away and hide in a hole somewhere. But you got these guys that nowadays they make money on YouTube, so they come on and they tell these crazy stories and attack the people they put in jail and their families.
Mm-hmm.
Or even just tell fake history on a secret society. It's just weird.
Yeah, or they join Team God and they rip people off.
Yeah, Team God. They use God to manipulate people. Yeah, that's always going to happen. And
The
they're
only
good.
one that was any good at it was Cheesy. That's the only one that
Yeah, he was.
he really raked it in with the Christians, my friend.
Yeah, those evangelicals. Michael took
Yeah,
them.
because he won't even talk to you for a half hour for less than $5,000. I mean, he rakes it in. And then he's got a gigantic merchandise table.
Yeah, he's a disgraziad. He's no
Forget
good.
about it, man.
He knows how to
Yeah.
hustle them, though.
And that was funny. It was so funny when Sammy the Buy tried it for a minute there, and everyone was just like, "Yeah, right." And then Jimmy tried it because he thought he could get away with it with the blood of the lamb stuff. That was hilarious and didn't stick, and it was obvious to everyone too. So Cheesy's the only one that's been able to pull that off.
Yeah, he pulled it off for a long time, selling out those big arenas. He knew how to hustle those evangelicals, and he did. He did it. Played that, but look what he did. He didn't really care about God. He left God behind now, right? Why isn't he using his fame to do religious stuff? Why is he interviewing other rats, other fucking, I don't know, all kinds of weird people? I think I don't know who he's interviewing.
Yeah, well, I think you nailed it on the head when you said that. You know, he understands and understood what those Christians wanted, because you and I have talked about this before, and we're not talking shit. We're just saying that overall, this is a specific, like the non-denominational, like the evangelical Christians. They are in a position to be taken advantage of.
Yeah.
For two reasons. One, they want you to have an intense backstory, but there's certain things that won't be tolerated, and that's one of the things in his con genius. Cheesy understood, right? I'm not going to be a murdering, crazy, bloodthirsty bastard, right? I'm not going to talk about killing ever, right?
Yeah.
Or really violence a lot. There's no degenerate, weird women stories or anything like that in his past. And you couple a serious mob story, right? In his case, or just intense crime story. There's a lot of people that went to prison, had all kinds of crazy stuff, that have done the same thing Cheesy has done. Yeah. You just have to go then say, now I've been saved, and I'm here to spread the message to make sure other people just like me and easier for you can do the same thing. And the evangelicals eat that shit up. That's their bread and butter for getting money. And that's their game, is getting fucking money. Those preachers, people like Joel Osteen and all these other scumbag people.
Yeah, I feel bad for the regular like parishioners that go there, because
so do I.
Is a good person, but those church leaders are scumbags, man. And like,
I feel bad that they get taken advantage of, and I'm just saying, but that segment of that faith is very vulnerable to that, because they're used to, they're very used to being taken advantage of. They're used to paying for satellite dishes and private jets and all kinds of, giant mega churches and everything else.
Because he was speaking at them.
That's right. That's why I said he understood that. That's why he played that game so well, and he was so good at it, because he had the intense background. He knew what lines to not cross. And he knew all he had to do was say, I was saved, and Jesus is the reason, right, that I'm still here today.
Picture how bad he played that behind the scenes, crying, thank you, you saved me, the whole nine.
Mm-hmm.
Like, when these people, he was speaking.
He also tied family into it. Yeah, he said, my wife came to me and talked to me about Jesus in prison. Bro, he did it, bro. I mean, I'm trying to tell you, he pushed just the right buttons, man.
He probably hustled her and let her think she was convincing him.
I'm going to be honest with you. She's so down with the hustle, bro. This is a girl from around the way, bro. She knew who she married when she married him. She comes from good stock.
Well, maybe be devil's advocate for a moment, and let's say she was reborn again. That's her religion, and of course, if you marry her, she's going to ask you that. And he might have said no a few times, and then all of a sudden go, "Oh my God, yes, I'm touched," and she fell into it, and he kind of manipulated her into believing she did that for him, But
so it's possible. It's totally possible either way, right? So either she could be totally fine with it and just on the fucking train to keep the money and get the money, or sure, to your point, entirely possible that she really was religious And he played it just like that, never down with it. And then finally like, okay, I'm on team, and then she can be happy and he can say it was all because of her. And sure.
Yeah. Anything.
No, I don't believe he's a believer for a second.
No.
not even for a second. I do not believe that guy believes in anything other than pursuit of money. That's what I believe.
Yeah,
he's into.
Or maybe he believes in something, but I doubt it. I gotta go with him, honestly. But his God is his money, and living.
Oh yeah, sure. I mean, to be fair, right? Like you said, the guy, he might believe in God, but under the but the way we're talking about, no.
No, like he puts.
And if he does believe in God, it's not the evangelical white Jesus with blonde hair and blue eyes. He believes in like Catholic God.
Yeah, he's playing a game. If he does believe in God, he's playing a game.
Yes,
he's not sincere.
No,
he just seen a ride.
Not at all. He's just getting that money. That's all that is.
If he was sincere, he'd be still doing that today and spreading Christianity, not interviewing other informants. What's up, Biggs? Not Dustin. What's up? Not interviewing other informants, right? All this dumb shit.
And screaming at the crypt keeper across the table.
That's right.
Money grabs with the fucking Shah of Iran.
Exactly. Why is he doing that and not showing his Christian church and what he's doing every weekend and who the Christians he's helping
or helping people and giving money to things, right? Being a part of charities and doing God's work.
Where's Zeno? Little piggy Moscato. Like what the fuck? Yeah, you would imagine if he started. Imagine if one of these stool pigeons started like grifting in the fucking Xenu world of Scientology. Picture that.
They'd have him clipped because they want the money.
Oh man, that'd be really funny.
That'd be something.
I could picture that Francis and the Scientology.
Now, if you were wanted and not flipped yet, and you were a member of Scientology, you might get some good help.
Yeah, they might hide you. That's right.
They might hide you right the fuck out. And they might have you right along with the head of the church's wife who hasn't been seen in like 15 years. That they think he's keeping in a tower.
Yeah. You probably would get hidden pretty well. You'd be on the run, hidden very well with them.
Oh, if you had the loot, yeah.
If you got the money, you probably never get caught. Ever.
Yeah, you'd be having dinner with Tom Cruise, and he'd be protecting you.
A fake ID too. A fake ID.
Oh, I bet you they would. I swear they'd put you on one of those weird, like they put you on a commune farm with the other fucking weirdos.
Just never get in trouble or get printed. And you're all set.
That's right. Yeah, you'd be out in Utah on some weird cult farm.
Yeah, exactly.
Yep.
Moving around.
Yeah. You'd be hidden forever, man.
Miscavige must have killed his wife.
Man, if he didn't, she literally like tucked away someplace and can't get away. Like maybe she's on an island somewhere. They put her out on like Nightingale Island or something. She's living next to where Napoleon was at.
Biggs. I mean, no, he didn't have a breakdown per se. He was being his degenerate self, telling these sexual stories about these women from the 90s and trashing them and talking about his aunt and his uncle, just saying all kinds of dumb shit. And then he took the video down when I shared Lying Informants channel caught it. Whoever that is, they're smart fuckers, man. Right? They caught it and they put it up. And once I seen it, I shared it, right? And Jimmy must have seen me share it and said I took it down. And no, they can't watch it. Ha ha. No, little helmet. We got it. What's up, Sons of Italy? No, we do have it. Trock, what's going down? Mickey Griggs.
Yeah, Mickey Griggs says, why do they all need big buses and limos to go to church? Well, I'm going to tell you, I just think I've mentioned this before. The best one for me that I've seen, there's two of them. The second one was I saw a bunch of them on stage, these evangelical preachers raising money for like absolutely like multi-million dollar like satellite dishes and stuff, different countries with their little shit TV stations. That was insane. But the best one I've seen so far was when they asked the guy why he needed a new private jet, the bigger, better private. He goes, well, I have to fly. This is the shortened version. He went on a whole diatribe. It was insane and would have you in tears. But the was when he goes onto a public plane, all those people have demons attached to them and are all over him, and he becomes vulnerable to fights with the devil. And he needs to stay clean and pure and be able to do the God's work in a timely fashion. Sometimes he needs to be in different places without having to worry about the evil getting all through him. I'm like, who are you, Beetlejuice? You got the demons all through me, all through me. Like, you know, like, what are you, fucking Beetlejuice, bro? Get the fuck out of here. You need a $72 million jet because there's demons on the plane. I hope you fucking fall in a puddle.
Oh, who was that, Miscavige?
I don't remember his name. There was a few of these preachers on a stage, and he was the one. He was a portly fellow with balding white hair, and he had glasses on. You know what? One of these Skullbro shows, I'm going to pull up some of these. We'll go in on evangelical scammers, like the bad ones.
Yeah,
you know, the ones that are robbing people. We'll do an episode and go in on those bastards one time.
Yeah, there's some real. That's a good idea. You know, we should do that next week. There's a lot of scammers, those snake charmers and all that.
Yeah, and there's a lot of YouTube videos showing them being pieces of shit too. You know, they found that Joel Osteen's been in trouble with the feds and the Secret Service over and over and over and over again. The guy lives in a fucking house that's bigger than God's. Yeah, like, it's insane. In one of his churches, bro, one of the times he got in trouble with the Secret Service is because he had built like tens of millions of dollars in cash money into the walls of one of his fucking church sheds.
Wow.
It's just insane, the amount of money. It's like mind-boggling, bro. And they don't pay taxes on it, and they still continue to steal and hide. It's fucking nuts. It's nuts.
Imagine having all that kind of, like, I wouldn't even, who needs all that kind of money? And if I did have that money, I would help dogs and other animals, honestly.
I mean, it's your responsibility at that point. If that's how you got the money.
Also, and I would help my own people.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not going to say that, like, it's my opinion. Sure. Are you a hedge fund manager that's worth a few $1 billion? Yes, it is my opinion that you should be doing good in the world. Am I going to look you in the face and say it's your responsibility? No. But I wouldn't do this. I would do this. I'd be in the same way as a famous bank robber or drug dealer. I'd say you should do some things to help your karma and help the world. I'm not saying it's your responsibility, but to Joel Osteen, I would say it's your absolute responsibility. That's how you got this money.
Yeah.
People are giving you this money to do good, to build churches and wells and give water and food and shoes to the people that don't have them, and to fucking preach to people in different languages and deliver Bibles to people. Bro, it is your responsibility. Chop, chop.
Yeah, but they want to buy planes and jets.
Oh, it's sick. And again, bro, like,
I love my old priests.
When you live in, hang on.
I had a real good priest.
We're going to do this next week. I'm not even going to do it now. We're going to do this next week. I'm going to have pictures of this dude's house. We're going to
we'll do that for sure.
I'll have videos and everything next week. Yep, we'll do it next week. Yep.
Well, the polar opposite to that was my priest, Father Jim. He was an old Irish priest, right? He ran St. Bridget's. St. Bridget's was an Irish church, but with a bunch of Italians that went there, right? But it used to be an Irish church back in the old days, and then it became Italian in like the 80s, 70s, 60s, or whatever. But bottom line is, Father Jim was a character. He had a shitty old car, you know. He was a good dude. He was a straight guy. You know, he liked to have a drink now and then. He liked to get bombed, Father Jim, but he was...
Which is absolutely fine.
Hey, all the kids... Listen, the kids want to shovel the stairs. He'd pay them and shit. He was good to people, man. He was good to people in the neighborhood. He let homeless people sleep in the church. He was just a good dude, Father Jim. God rest his soul. He was a good priest, and he lived very mildly. He had a little dog. It was a mongrel. He had a small car. You know, he had nothing fancy, no gold, nothing like that. You know, like he just lived very modestly.
Yeah.
He was an old school right wing priest, though, like an old style one. Very macho. Very strong. He was a boxer when he was younger. You know. He did.
That was pretty common.
Yeah,
that was pretty common.
Father Jim ain't no joke, man. Father Jim.
Well, remember, and I'm going to tell you as something my great grandfather used to say. But remember, these guys were celibate, dude. So yeah, a lot of these guys lifted weights, they boxed, they exercised. I'm not even making, you know what I mean? I'm being real.
Yeah, you're right.
You have energy, man. You're a man. You have energy. You have certain energy that you get out, right? And my great grandfather would tell my great grandmother to say he does drink a lot sometimes. He'd say the man's celibate, he can drink all he wants. That's what my great grandfather would say. But and that's what led me to remember to say that now when you're talking about, these guys were manly type men. You know what I mean? These guys, they a lot of times were boxers, or they would even run the boxing programs or the gyms there for the church and stuff. Yeah, dude, that's what these guys did. 100%.
So I didn't see it, but someone, I think one of my cousins and my aunt told me that there was almost a fight in front of the church one day, and some guy threw a punch, and Father Jim like hooked his arm and grabbed him and stopped him. And like overpowered him like so much, and the guy stopped and stuff. But the guy threw the punch, and it was amazing. They said how fast Father Jim like grabbed him by the arm and stopped that punch from hitting the other guy. So they respected him. They knew like you don't want to mess with this guy.
Sure.
Yeah, like he could fight, Father Jim. He had a speed bag in his basement. He used to hit the speed bag. You'd hear him hitting the speed bag, even as an old man. Like he had that speed bag. So like
That's good.
That's like Damien's grandfather, Rocco Senior. All he would do constantly is hit the friggin' speed bag or hit his box. He made his own punching bag, and he had his gloves at night, and you would hear him ba-boom, ba-boom, hitting the bag. He's a small guy though, lightweight, tag in the bag, ting to ting to ting. They love the boxing, but Father Jim was a good one. We had Father Karapi. He used to be on the Catholic channel. He became very popular, but he actually got kicked out of the priesthood because he fell in love with some woman who lost her husband, and he was mentoring her for a while, and they ended up falling in love. So they did kick him out of the priesthood. I believe he's a deacon. I believe he's a deacon now, and more of a right-wing side of the church. But I met him when he came to Providence. One time he came to Providence, and me and my two cousins went there to a big dinner. I have the pictures, and we met him and stuff. It was a big honor to meet him, Father Karapi.
Yeah, that's cool.
Because he was a tough priest. Father Karapi, listen to this. Father Karapi beat up Ike Turner's bodyguard.
Nice.
Ike Turner. Yeah, you know how he said he became a priest? His story. He was flying down the highway in a Corvette or Ferrari, one of them, right? Doing about, I don't know, like 100 and something, flying with some hot model, hot actress in the car. He wouldn't say her name.
Right.
He told us on TV and told us to everybody. And the cops pull him over. Now he's got cocaine all on him. He's got guns in the car, mad coke in the seat, coke on his pants, on his nose. The girl's high as a kite. And the cops just ask him about his engine and ask him about the car and let him go. And he said he had a feeling, and he seen like an image in his head and something was weird, and he dropped her off, and he went home, and he started praying, and he gave everything up and became a priest. That's what he said in his story. Wow. He was a good dude, and he was a tough guy.
It just sounds like the nervousness and like all the intense pressure that he was under with all the shit that he was doing finally got to him and turned him. I've seen that happen so many times in my life.
Yeah, he was.
It's a very common, you know what I mean? That's people turn to religion, and sometimes it's because you just break, bro.
Oh, yeah, I'm talking about breaking the vows, though. Like, he did break his vows, but I still stand by Father Karapi.
You're saying that? Okay, I thought that's how you said he became a priest.
That's how he became what he decided.
Then I was. That's what I'm saying. Sometimes people, that pressure gets to, you know what I mean? Like, you just finally bend, and then you go the completely opposite way. And good for them if they, you're living under all that stress and tension and paranoia.
He went from somebody who was doing rotten and wrong in the world to someone who did nothing but help people. Yes,
there you go.
Yes, he did break his vows, but he fell in love with a grown woman who lost her husband. He was mentoring her for a while. He
changed his life path, man. Then that's okay. That's okay.
And broke his vows.
If you do a lot of good in your life, and you took that opportunity to do good, and you were in the church, and you did what you were supposed
Yeah,
to
he didn't
do.
hurt no kids, man.
Hey, even if I'm just saying, for me personally, I'm saying you only have one life to live, and if you've done all this good, and you get to a point where you've fallen in love, and you make the decision that you want to go another way and follow a different path in your life, that is okay. There's no shame in that. There's no dishonor in that.
I disagree. I disagree because I wish he was still a priest and he still could have influence in the over his parish and stuff like that because he was a right wing Catholic. He wasn't down with the.
Well, I understand that, but I'm just saying you wishing he was there might not be the same as you like looking down on his.
Well,
I mean, do you look down on his decision? Is what I'm. I mean, do you look down on what he did? His decision?
It's tough because I love the guy and I wanted to see him happy. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
But I hate the fact that now he's not a priest no more.
Yeah. Well, is it because he broke the vows that upset you?
Yeah, those vows are sacred.
Okay. Well, then that's that's what I was getting at. So that's fair. Then I understand that. I understand that where you're coming from.
But I understand like the temptation and all that. I get it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He didn't hurt nobody. It was a grown woman.
Right. He didn't go out philandering all over the place. Right.
I was still disappointed, and I wish that didn't happen. But I'm glad he's happy, and that's his path that God chose for him. So I'm glad he's happy. But I am a little like sore and wish we still had him because he was a good right winger. Right Catholic.
Yeah.
A lot of them in the church,
Yeah, you've mentioned that before.
Most of them left during Vatican II, but a lot of them stayed because they wanted to fight back and make a difference and win the church back,
Yeah, right. Well, it's something I know very little about, but I've heard from you and a couple other people in my life over the years. I've heard little things here and there. So, I mean, I think I have a simple understanding of it.
Yeah, it was a council for 62 to like 63 or 61 to 63, something like that, 3-year council that they say we modernized the church. They totally destroyed the church, destroyed it, changed it, made it where before you could, if you became a priest, you had to be a heterosexual man, they changed that. They made it all destroyed all the old, took so many things out of the words, took so many names out, so many sayings and so many things you teach you. They took it out and replaced it with all bullshit. It's just unbelievable.
I've heard about some of the things that were changed.
I don't want to get you a chance.
I know it's all good, man. It's all good.
Yeah,
it's all good.
But
it's all good.
Like that, it was like a left wing takeover of the Catholic Church, basically a coup d'état. And I'm not saying the whole church is bad. You've got good people in there, but you got the leader positions are mostly. I don't know how they even call themselves Catholics.
You've mentioned that before, right? Like not even really recognizing the leadership and stuff like that right now.
Yeah, it's fucking nuts. Pope isn't people proven sadly. No, he's not. He's not. I agree with you, playing Rags. He's not. Sadly, the seat is empty. I forget Levicticantis. I forget how they say it in Latin. The seat is empty. That's what some of the Catholic churches over here up. Over near almost in Massachusetts, say they're like right wing Catholics. For a second, the Polish Pope? I liked him, even though not all the popes from after Vatican II are evil and bad. Some of them maybe just got put there as pawns or something, all the popes after Vatican II. But
when I was I only know one of the, and I might be wrong about this because it was so long ago, but I'm going to say it anyway. I'm going to tell you anyway what I'm pretty sure I remember correctly. But when I was growing up, I had a few friends whose grandparents had fucking pictures of Mussolini, like straight up on the refrigerator and
they still do in Italy.
Yeah, well, I'm just saying. Yeah. Well, one of them, I remember the grandmother going on about similar topic, and her whole thing that she was super pissed off about, this is the part I might be wrong about, but I'm pretty sure I remember, was that they did away with or made major changes to how it worked with purgatory.
I don't.
And one of them had to do with unborn babies. I'm just, and she said, and she was like super bent because of all the prayers and all the different things that she had done throughout her life and stuff. And now they're telling her that all that stuff is different and some things weren't, but the way they were. This was when I was fucking 17. You know what I mean? Like, this is forever ago.
Yeah, they did. They mangled. Yeah, she's telling the truth.
Okay, so that is some of the stuff that they did change.
Yeah, they touched so many things, like stuff I couldn't even get into on here.
Right, and that doesn't make sense because something that's thousands of years old and then that's what is, right? And then all of a sudden somebody just comes, then that makes sense to me, and that's why I'm talking to you about it.
Yeah,
that makes sense to me.
There was an agenda.
Someone just comes in and goes, "Hey, all that stuff that is, and like we told you there was rules for and stuff, we're now telling you is not," and that would blow my mind too, and I would probably be of the same exact opinion.
Well, look how the churches fell. Look, like when I go to church on Sundays, dude, I'm the youngest one there.
Okay,
I'm the youngest one there. 90% of the time, in case my mother and my niece goes, very rarely is there anybody my age, and I'm 45, right?
Right. Yeah.
Like, now there are sometimes certain places someone bring their grandkid or whatever, but and generally, if you stop at any church, they're all 90% people, boomers and old Gen X's. Like I'm like one of the youngest people there, and I'm an old person myself, 45.
Well, that's something that's definitely changed over the last 20, 25 years, huh? Because I mean, there used to be a lot more younger people in churches and stuff.
Now there still are some. Don't get me wrong, but I'm saying the average Sunday mass you go to, and
right.
You're not seeing, in case it's around catechism time, maybe. But no, I'm seeing all old folks, like all of them.
Did I ever tell you about the time I fucked up and ended up in a Mormon church?
No, please do tell.
Oh my God. Oh my God, bro. Okay, so to anybody that's listening that is of that faith, please excuse me. I am not, and it freaked me out. And this is how my story goes. So I was like 19. I met this girl. She was Mormon. So was her family. Her family was not overly culty, but definitely had a vibe.
Yeah.
We were dating for long enough that her father came to me and asked me to come to their church on a Saturday night and to meet with this is how it happened now, to meet with the elders of the church. Yeah. And he was right to ask me that because his daughter and I were kind of getting serious. And I respected him, and I'm a respectful person. People know that about me even now. I was the same way as a young man. I was raised that way. I said, of course, even though I didn't want to. So I show up, and I'm supposed to meet the elders. Well, I walk in, I come down the hallway. All these people start coming out of a room where they had a lot of food set up and things like that. It was nighttime. And all these young people that were fucking 16, 17, and most of them blonde haired and blue eyed. There was a couple of them that had darker hair, but it was like the children of the corn coming at me. I'm serious. I got a weird children of the corn vibe. I will never forget this, bro. My body was like, what is happening? They all surrounded me and started putting their hands on me and like touching my shoulders and like rubbing my hair. These are kids, bro. Like I said, like 16, 17. And they were the elders, bro.
Wow.
They were the elders of the church. I looked over at her father, who was smiling and stuff. He was all red in the cheeks and super happy while all these people were like touching me. And he's like, they like you. And I'm like, what's happening? He's like, this is the church elders, and church elders, this is Frank, and blah, 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 blah. And he's introduced me by name. And I was expecting to meet old people.
Well, he wants to recruit. They're probably trying to recruit you, right?
Oh, they 100% did. But just at this time, they didn't do it this time.
They didn't seem like bad people, right? Because
I mean, I got a weird vibe from all of them. I wasn't, I didn't feel positive about it. Now, I've been in churches, Catholic, Christian, Baptist, Presbyterian, Lutheran. I've been in all kinds of churches, and I've never been touched by groups of people that were like thinking of one mind, basically. And I've never had anything but a positive feeling when I've walked into a church. Like, hey, I'm safe here. People here are cool. They're all smiling. They all up. This was a different feeling. And to be fair, I didn't want to be there.
Were they
Huh.
FLD? Were they FLDS or LDS? Was it one mom, one dad, or many?
Oh,
Because the normal Mormons are regular people with
it
one mom.
was church. It was the Church of the Latter-day Saints.
Yeah, LDS then. Yeah.
Yeah,
Regular.
I remember. I don't know about the F or whatever. I just remember that it
Well,
was the
yeah, they're
Church
not
of the
the
Latter-day
fundamental.
Saints.
Yeah, they're not the fundamentalist ones.
But they were all touching me
But still, yes,
and
they are.
gathering around me and stuff like that. And then they all stopped, but they all stood around me, and I was in the middle of a circle. They wanted me to do like prayers with them and shit like that. And then they started talking to me about my intentions. Yeah, and that's where I became basically rat trap.
See, we don't have any Mormon. I don't know if we have any churches Mormon over here. I met a couple of Mormons before, like transplants that moved to here. They were very nice people, but yeah, their religion is very different from the way they worship God is very different. You know.
Yeah, damn it, man. These elders were young kids on their mission, likely 19. Now they were younger than that. These kids, because I was like 19, they were younger than me. I'm just saying, like they were definitely younger than me.
Yeah, they have to go on missions. Yeah.
And her brothers did that. Her brothers did the mission stuff. She didn't do that, but her brothers did.
Well, you know how powerful the FLDS is? Like they are like an organized crime. Like they control cities and stuff. Those people, they got communes in Mexico.
Oh no, they're everywhere. Yeah, because they travel everywhere. Yep, and they're not allowed to talk to their parents for 2 years.
Yeah, it's pretty.
The entire 2 years that they're gone on mission, they're not supposed to contact their family at all, and they like ride bikes and all that kind of crazy shit, get around. But it was weird. It was very, and that was and I'll be honest with you too. I'll be honest with my friends. That was the reason that that shit didn't like continue on, because I really liked her a lot. I thought she was awesome, but there was no fucking way in the whole universe that I was going to be associated with that family, bro.
Yeah, they would have wanted you to convert. They would have really been on top of you to convert. And
and that would have never had. Like I said, the moment they started even like I made it very clear, I was like, that's none of your business. You know, when they started asking me questions, I was just like, I don't care where the fuck I'm standing. These things you're asking me, none of your business. You know, are we done? Are we done now? You know, like I'm leaving. I'm not eating your potato salad. Kind of freaks me out. I'm fucking out of here.
Mickey, can we get a wrench, man? I guess they said, I don't know why. What's being said over there? Are they doxing
what's going on?
Are they doxing people?
Hang on. I gotta open it.
You should make at least one person a wrench.
I usually have a couple.
Someone that's trustworthy or something.
Hang on 1 second.
Make sure it's standard. Don't make a moderating mod. There's no reason to have a moderating mod. They can delete. They can do all kinds of stuff. We just make a standard one. It's safe.
I don't fucking know if I can do this from my own.
There's a few trustworthy people in the chat. Mandy, Parasite Slayer. Who else?
Okay, Mickey Griggs. I'll make Mickey Griggs a moderator.
There's another person that's not going to do nothing stupid.
All right, hang on. I just made a standard moderator.
Yeah, that's good.
All right, Mickey Griggs, I just gave you a wrench, so do what you got to do. Handle your business.
Yeah, Mickey's good. You can trust him. He's not going to stop blocking people for no reason or something.
Yeah.
Is that really? That's not the real Frank in the chat. That's a drunk one. It's a fake one. Those names are funny.
Oh yeah. Well, you got a wrench. If you see anything like actually like stupid or like degenerate or anybody actually causing problems.
I work through StreamYards though. I watch through StreamYards, not through YouTube. So I'm not even in that chat. I'm on StreamYards chat.
Right. Yeah, I had to pull up the chat on my phone to make him a wrench. So I'm doing the same thing. I'm just looking at the StreamYard on my computer also.
Gotcha.
Yeah, no problem. I appreciate you looking out. It's no problem at all. Like I said, I know like Troc has a wrench, and like I've given a couple other wrenches, but there is some times where they're not in here. So
yeah, exactly.
There you go.
Yeah, someone takes off. That's not the real sub neither. Fake people. But yeah, the FLDS is like they like to. Ever see the show on HBO called Big Love?
Yeah. Yep. Mm-hmm. Yep. The guy here. wives, they all live next door to each other.
Well, yeah, that was about his father-in-law was FLDS.
Okay, right. Yeah, no, these people were not that then. No, these people
No.
didn't have like multiple things and all that kind of weirdness.
The
No.
LDS. There's two different. It's the fundamental Latter-day Saints and then Latter-day Saints. Your people were not your people, but your girlfriend was the Latter-day Saints. Bill's Paxton's people were FLDS, fundamentalist Latter-day Saints. Fundamentalist, many wives, polygamist. See,
yeah, damn it, Mandy says if they were surrounding you like that, someone must have said you're looking to get married, and it sounds like they were trying to get you to convert for a temple recommendation. Gotcha.
Possible, yeah, very possible. Well, they outlawed it in the early 1900s, I believe. They outlawed that, and all the Mormons had to switch and only stay with one wife.
Oh, and they've got some of those sick people. That must be the one you're talking about. Those people that they've put in like federal prison and underneath the prison for marrying all the underage girls.
Warren Jeffs.
Ugh.
Yeah, his father was a prophet, and then he took over and usurped his brother and made himself the prophet and made his father's wives marry him and lie and say on the deathbed the father said he was the next prophet and he's going to live through him. So
insane.
Everybody believed that he was the grandfather also now in his body.
And
he still behind bars. He still controlled them behind bars. Even after he cucked out one night and like, I'm not a prophet, I'm a bullshitter, I'm a charlatan. He comes back a week later and says, devil made me say that.
Of course.
True. I am the God again. I am the prophet again.
What? I don't understand. Like, okay, I understand if you're. I will always Here's my thing. Like, I will always understand and be compassionate towards anyone that was actually raised in a cult situation from a child. Because if you live inside a building your whole life and you've never been outside, and everyone you trust and love tells you that the sky is purple, but we can't go out there because of radiation, that's what you're going to fucking think. And when you find out that all those people you loved and trusted were lying to you, you're going to be fucked up.
Yeah.
Like really psychologically and emotionally unfucking stable. And that's okay. Rat Trap got your back, right? Like, but if you're fucking 25, 26, you've been raised by rational people, you're educated, you've seen the world, and then you're like, oh yeah, sure, I'll join a cult. Makes total sense. Bro, I don't know what to do with you. I don't know how to have a conversation with you when you believe this dude's a prophet and all this weirdness, and you're willing to die for them and give them everything you've got. There's got to be something else going on. Like, are you just giving up on life? Do you know this is bullshit and you're just playing along? I don't understand.
Maybe if you're isolated your whole life, you're taught. That's all you're going to really know. If you're not exposed to the outside world at all, no internet, because that's what he did. He took off the internet. So the young kids that were young when it happened, he stopped the internet. He took around playgrounds away. He made it mad militant and shit. So these kids really believed everything, and that's all they knew. I guess I would believe it too if I was like 5 and growing up. Of course. Maybe in case I got the internet when I was older. But
right. No, I'm saying, but if you join when you're older is when I have a problem with that. Like when you're a rational person, you've been to fucking at least high school. You know what I'm saying? Like you've watched MTV, your parents were rational, and then you're just like, oh yeah, that makes sense. You're totally the prophet. Yeah, gotcha.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Like, what are you? What? That I don't understand.
That's Michael Francis, like guys like that, like charlatans.
Yeah.
Not to that extent, but you know what I mean. Scamming people. Honestly.
Yeah. The people that get scammed by that, like,
he's unreal. In jail right now for, I think he had like 50 wives or 60 wives. And a few of them were like 13. And
yeah, that's the part I remember seeing the stuff on TV. I remember him just like having all these weird, like underage wives. And I was just, bro, what the come on. I understand if you're like going along with this polygamy thing and you married a whole bunch. Like if you want that headache, that's your deal. They're all grown. They made the decision to be with you.
They were all adults. Yeah.
Like I've got nothing to say to you about that or them because you're grown and that was your decision. But you did that to girls, like young girls that were in a cult, and man, prison's not okay. This is not
thank
good
you for
enough.
that.
They should have clipped you.
Yeah, that's some real manipulative, sick, demented stuff. Anybody who want to make themselves like a god and be worshipped and have all these wives and kids and lie to them, that's some sick shit. But those are like Marshall Applewhite types. There's a lot of them.
Oh, holy shit.
Right now. There's cults like that exist right now.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, they exist as we speak. There's some
Right, and the people that join them, like, that's like, are they just broken? Do they know it's bullshit and they're just playing along because they've given up?
Maybe a mixture of both. Maybe there's some broken people that join. Maybe some other like crooks. People just want to get over on people or sleep with women. A lot of perverts will join that shit because
and it makes sense. That makes sense to me. Right? Because again, what did we say at the beginning of this? What do predators always look for? Right? The weak, the weird, like 100%. The easily controlled, the manipulated. Yep.
Yeah,
that makes sense to me.
Yeah, anybody that you got to be sick to engage in that shit, and you're going to be like I said, they want to manipulate people. Some pervert, degenerate. Let me join a cult that share all their women. Maybe he brings some naive girl in too, and it's fucking weird. They should be putting fucking right in the gulag for that shit.
Yeah, well, that one guy, they did put him basically in the only version of a gulag we've got. At least they put him in that Supermax place.
Yeah, it's terrible.
Out in Colorado or whatever. I just say, why are we wasting?
Well, I don't like the segregation. I don't, especially since I've learned a lot about segregation watching different documentaries and hearing some of my friends talk about it.
Sure, yeah, your friend that did the radio stuff, that guy Eddie, right?
Yeah, well, you hear the story he told on there? He told me this story before, too. He was in Seg, and the guy in the next stall over from him, they could talk through like some sort of thing in the wall. And the guy was like, hey, I'm going to jump off the top bunk and slam my head into that fucking toilet. And it took him like an hour to talk this guy out of it. Like the guy wanted just to get out of his cell. He just wanted to get out and talk to people and see people. He didn't care if it was hospital or not. So he was going to jump off his cell. I guess Eddie talked him down. He didn't jump off his thing and kill himself because he would have broke his friggin' neck or died. Yeah. But that just shows you how crazy you go. Look at that movie Papillon. I know he was a liar and he exaggerated Papillon, but still that segregation and that confinement. Well, that dude in Alcatraz in the one of the reasons they shut down Alcatraz because of that guy they put in there for, I believe, 4 years. He was down in that dungeon in Alcatraz. They made a movie, Murder in the First, about it. Right. With, Kevin Bacon and Christian Slater.
That sounds familiar. Yeah.
All he did was steal like a piece of bread. He got put in jail. Then when he was in there, he stabbed somebody because they were trying to beat him up and stuff. And then he got put in that friggin' hole for friggin' 4 years. I think it was 4 years. I don't know if it was 2 or 4, man. Something crazy like that. But I'm talking a dungeon, man. A dungeon. He probably came out once a month, walked up on the outside, then back in. Yeah, like that's friggin' nuts.
Fuck yeah.
Crazy shit.
I was just looking.
Give my dog a treat.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, I was just taking a look through the comments anyway. They were talking about. I just went ahead and got rid of that Frank person.
I ever see that movie Papillon where he escapes?
And then they're saying this is a fake stand-up guy too. So I think I'm just gonna get them out of here too.
Yeah, fake people.
Yeah. So I was just letting you know. I'm listening to you. I was just kind of going through the chat looking for some of these fake fuckers. Right?
You've seen Papillon, right? Or heard of it?
What is it?
The movie with Steve McQueen, Papillon, and Dustin Hoffman when they're stuck in the French Guiana.
I'm not sure. I don't think so. It sounds familiar, but I have to be honest. I don't think I've seen it.
All right, you gotta watch that, bro.
All right, I'm gonna make a note of that. Yeah, I'll check that out.
Good movie. No, I think it's embellished a lot, but he said he escapes from French Guiana. It takes him years, dude. He gets put in solitary. McQueen tries to escape mad times, gets set up, all this shit. He gets put on a prison back in France if you got in trouble. they would ship you off to if you're a bad prisoner, to a prison colony out in French Guiana. You know, you get shipped over there, you're gonna either die of malaria or.
Oh yeah, you're fucked, bro. hang on 1 second. 1 second, I gotta ask somebody. Quite 1 second. I'm listening to you, but Bears and Cigars and Parasite Slayer are talking about somebody, and I don't know who they're talking about. So let me know who you guys are talking about.
Yeah, I'm not looking at
in the chat. Yeah, well, they're just talking about somebody that. Hang on here. Parasite Slayer is saying he's one of the biggest scumbags the way he is with women too, and then Bears and Cigars agreed. They're talking about somebody that like flipped out and went to the other side or something. That's why I was just curious who they're talking about. They've been going on for a minute.
Oh, Carlos and English Narc. Yeah, they're just as hateful, man.
Who?
Carlos and English Narc.
Oh, okay. I got you.
Bulbous nose. What are they torturing women over there?
I got you. I understand. Yeah, I still barely know anything about the narc person, but I know all that bullshit with Carlos. Yeah.
Yeah, all they are people are dime people out, dox people. He goes, but I owned it. Yeah, that makes it all better.
No worries, Mickey. I appreciate it, man. But I just went ahead while MRE was talking, because I was listening to him, but I was taking that chance, and I let him know that I was just going through the comments, knocking some people out that obviously their names didn't check out. So, no, I appreciate it, man. You do your thing. Anybody you see that is messing around, hit them in the head if you need to. But yeah, Carlos, like I said, everything just stops with me when he admitted to doxing and snitching and going behind everybody's back while he was supposed to be everybody's friend and like King Wrench all over the place. And I was like, oh, so you're the fakest person I've yet met on here. Gotcha. Bye.
You know what he does? He tries to get your phone number. That's that. There's a lot of people like that out here. And I tell people all the time, don't give your number to these people, man.
Or if you have to talk to somebody, I've said it too. You make that point, and I always say, if you must do it, get a burner or a free second number app, so it's not your phone number and it's encrypted. Fuck it. Signal is free. You could download that if you don't want to do a second number app from the fucking app store or whatever. That's fine too, but protect yourself. Don't give someone your real fucking number.
Yeah, because they're gonna dox you. Not only that, here's what they do: they work on you and they whisper campaigns. And they'll try to convince the other people to hate you, all that. That's what Cucklos does.
Yeah, or they'll bring up shit and get you into a subject you would have never brought up in a million years. They'll use it against you. Yeah, and probably fucking record you.
Yeah, he's right. He's the biggest fake on here. Yeah, he is.
Oh yeah, that was that's what I said, man. When that happened, I was like, wow, man, you take the cake for being one of the most fake motherfuckers yet. And when that happened, I was like, wow, all right, later.
He is the
at least Lefty was, was like, hey man, come here and talk to me, bro. Like, I'm not gonna be fucking. And he was not an asshole. He was not a dick. He defended his position. And I said, you know what? I just disagree. And I told him, I said, we disagreed, and I've never spoken to him since. He don't talk shit to me. We don't fuck around. Carlos is a totally different story. You know what I mean? That guy was like, yeah, I did everything behind everybody's backs and fuck you, and like doubled down on it all and just became an evil prick and like started hanging out with all these people that he said he never would. Lefty at least came from there originally. You get what I'm saying? Like, it's like you even took the cake from this cat, and he did some shit.
Yeah, they're both just weird people, but yeah, that guy's really weird though. The flipping.
Yeah, man, for real, dude.
He changes his position on all kinds of major issues.
Like life philosophy type issues. Yeah, man.
Well, you know what I think he is though? He's like a neighborhood crackhead. He's a crackhead. Probably a guy who's just beat crack. Probably just got clean or gets high once in a while.
Yeah.
And this is his social life, you know. Look how much he loves it. He also turned on Sug too, I guess, because we have me on the channel again after. It's like, hey, dude, don't go and slander me. I didn't want to have to make that video, But hey, if you're gonna go and slander me on these platforms, and you don't think I'm gonna make fun of you, especially a local like that.
Oh yeah, and for sure, like Damon Manny just said, no wonder half of Shug's chat was blocked. Now I don't go over there. So I don't know much, but I didn't know that happened. But when I heard that he had him on there as a fucking wrench and was like talking on his show, I was like, what?
Dude, he actually said he helped build his channel.
I was like, why would you do that, bro? I'm like, I thought you'd been around for a minute and like knew everybody. Because like I said, this is not somebody I follow or like talk to. I don't know anything about him. I got nothing to say about him. I'm just saying in general, like I thought this person was around for a while and would have known better. Why are you having this? Why are you giving this COVID breath motherfucker a voice? That's weird. And yes, damn it, Mandy, no wonder half of his chat was blocked if he gave that fucker a wrench. Yeah, it's always been his game.
Well, he wanted to control his channel.
Right, exactly. And to block anybody that would speak against him. Yeah.
Weird stuff. It's like, man, you got too much time in your hands and you care about this too much.
Too much time on his hands and room in his mouth. Roofless, toothless. Here, do me a favor and take a bite of this apple so I could eat it.
He can't bite an apple, man.
No, I know. That's what I'm saying. He has to have other people get it started for him. He's mashed potatoes and Jello.
Yeah, Bears, you're right. And yeah, he has zero morals. Most of these content creators don't have morals. They'll sell out over views, money. You know, there's some good people. Don't get me wrong. I've met some cool people off of here, not in person, but you know what I mean.
Yeah. No, for sure.
And they're cool people I enjoyed streaming with and stuff. But then there's other people that just have no morals, man, no integrity, nothing. It's not
zero. It's shocking. It literally. I mean, it's less shocking now. I have to be honest. I'm a bit desensitized and used to it happening, but it's still. I can still honestly say that the things that are done and the way that it goes down in like sometimes such a dramatic soap opera type fashion, almost as if it's scripted, never ceases. It never ceases to amaze me. That part never ceases to amaze me. I still go, wow. You know what I mean? It's like it just doesn't come out of total left field anymore. It's like, oh my God, like I can't believe that would happen. Now I'm like, okay, I believe it happened, but still, wow. That's some shit. Like, wow, people fucking do this stuff. Like, wow.
Someone told me they said that I was they made up some story where I put these like guys in jail in like Utah or something. Some like agent, some guy, Greg Miner. I was like, well, bring Greg Miner on. Let me talk to this goof. People are amazing, man. Like the lies they'll just make anything up.
Yeah, this person, right? If they're real, they must exist somewhere, and they must obviously have an opinion. So let's gather that opinion up, and if it's against somebody that supposedly put them in a jam, they're going to want to share their opinion.
Yeah, listen.
But again, the plague on this community from every side, you know, lacks of proof, lacks of receipts, man. Like
all I wanted to do was make fun of stool pigeons. I don't want to have to like bash on like content creators, the people that I was even on streams with, for Christ's sakes, you know. But it's like shit. Like, hey, so you don't have to like me. Say you don't like me, fine, but don't slander me, man.
Yeah, it's easy to change the channel. It's easy to just not, go somewhere else.
I ignore it with a lot of these people. If I was on here for the drama and the money, dude, I have 1,000 stands out there.
Of course,
every night. I can stream every night.
Yep, and people would listen, and your numbers would not go down, and over time they would grow.
Yeah, of course. And my channel grows right now. It's growing right now. It's actually been growing a lot more the last 3-4 months. I've been grabbing like probably like 40 or 50 subs a week. I think. I'm not sure. I'm not good with numbers, so I used to get like 10 a month. I think.
Right.
Something around there. You know, I could be off, but I don't really care. I don't know how to read the analytics, and I don't care. But some things I know like that. You know, little stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Giving them out. Yeah, they're crazy bears.
it really is crazy.
Yeah, White Mike Kenton goes too far, way too far. Oh my God!
That he is as far as I'm.
Oh my God!
He's voted the most pathetic of the butt hurt when it comes to because he's one of the butt hurt 4 that all basically are butt hurt over the same reason, which is a person.
He is a celebrity stalker, and that's what.
That's his humble beginnings as a psycho.
Yeah,
Yeah, his humble beginnings of becoming the psycho that he is after having like really weird personality disorders is he's a stalker, a celebrity stalker. Yeah, and then he got close to a name that he wanted to make his own and made that shit his identity. You know, made that shit his identity.
Yeah, crazy. Fucking.
And the moment they laughed at somebody else's jokes, they felt fucking cheated on and became a vindictive fucking ex-girlfriend that wanted to just castrate and kill for no reason.
It's weird. Like I said, I could see if I did something to these guys first really bad, like Kent, like if I did something to the guy, I didn't do shit to him. He thought I stole his angel and his God.
100%. Yep.
He thought I stole his Gaudies away or his podcast or whatever, which wasn't the case. Like, I don't tell people not to be friends with people. They wouldn't listen to me if anybody. If I told them, you can't be friends with this guy, they'd laugh at me. And I wouldn't tell that to people anyways.
Yeah, but and he always treated those people on that chat with nothing but utter disrespect.
I don't know the way he talks. See how he argues with them? Like, come on, that lady's all up to your mom.
Remember, like my last time in that chat was me calling that dude every name in the book and screaming at everybody on the panel, telling everybody, fuck you.
Listen, you can argue with an older lady without swearing at her and calling her names and berating her.
Of course, man. That's horrifically bad
and
taste.
Make your point. You can make your PowerPoints and everything without being rude and disrespectful.
I've managed to do it over a course of about a year and a half.
Yeah,
people know my stance very well, and I've always been very respectful and never planned to be anything but
I've argued with a few women on the lady Teresa. I like her now, but me and her had a debate before, and it was civil. She didn't threaten me. I didn't threaten her or act like a creep.
That's right. You don't do that when you're arguing. I don't care if you hate them.
And I even privated the video. She asked me to, and I said, yeah, and I privated the video and stuff, But I debated her on a topic. I could have been a little crass at times, but I wasn't mean or vicious to her. I was actually nice to her, And
there's no reason for that. Even if you hate the woman, you're fucking basically. I mean, even if it was that bad, you still don't yell and call them sluts and whores and use all kinds of foul language and tell them to go do things and stuff. That I will lose a tremendous amount of respect for you as a human just for doing that, regardless.
Yeah, and she wasn't nasty either. You know what I mean?
Sure.
So she wasn't saying like I hope.
Well, and that's even worse, right? If she's not calling you all the names in the book, then you definitely.
I still wouldn't have done that.
Right? No, of course not. I was saying in general, that's unacceptable behavior for anyone.
Yeah,
right.
I would have called out her behavior and stuff like that.
You got to be a grown up and fucking.
But I respect her for that.
Disagree.
She had a little bit of hatred for me for a while, where she went over to Harambe and get him. But then she realized she made a mistake. And
I didn't even know that.
Yeah, like all them people, a lot of them did, a lot of them. But what are you going to do? They don't know these people. They just see somebody going after somebody they don't like, so they watch it,
The only woman, they don't
know you, they don't know us.
The only couple I remember that went off the deep end and started hanging out with all the rats and stuff was that weird ghost fighter couple. Remember them?
Yeah.
They were a freak show.
Yeah.
Even when they were around before they were before people know that they were fucked up. I stayed away from them. I know a lot of people were nice to them.
Yeah, I didn't know. I thought they were nice people.
Yeah, no, totally, bro. I get it, but I just thought they were really weird and the ghost stuff, and then they were associating with fat titty Johnny Mac, and I was like, bro, these people, there's something up with these people. One of the funniest things ever, though, one of the funniest trolling things on here was Buffa when he trolled them.
I didn't watch it.
Let me tell you this. This was a comment because Bofa really liked me, and I liked Bofa too. But he would leave me really nice comments on a lot of my videos, and I would
just had fun.
And I would do the same thing with him. Now, don't get me wrong. He busted my balls like everybody else a couple times. You know what I mean? But we went back and forth. But all I'm saying is he and I had like a mutual respect is all I'm getting at in the background. You know what I mean? Same thing like with me and Red. That's how me and Red kind of became close. Because in the background, we gave each other, we enjoyed each other's work, right? Well, one of the things that Bofa did that was so, bro, I was fucking dying at my desk. I was fucking dying. He made this video. It comes up and it's just like like a cell phone, like a really shitty cell phone shot, kind of like that old witch movie they made with the handheld cams. And he's walking around with like night vision on in the woods and stuff. He's like, I'm looking for the ghosts. It's like there's ghosts out here. And he's talking about them and like trolling their video that they had just put out. And he's like,
character.
Well, he gets up to this fucking tree and he's like, oh, hey, you guys see that? Look at this. And he starts getting closer to the tree. He's like, it's a ghost. It's a phone to call the ghost. And he literally takes his fucking finger and his thumb, like making a phone with his hand, and he sticks it in front of the phone. He's like, it's a ghost phone, bro. And he starts talking. I was just dying, bro, because he's led it for like he really sold it, man.
Character.
Yeah. Like 4 minutes he went into the woods talking about all this shit and then just like pulls his hand out. It's like, bro, get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, I used to see like when he used to go on and kill the streams and just talk about nothing. People like shut the fuck up. I had to kick him off a few times.
He did that shit all the time.
Like, I gotta kick you, bro. You gotta go. I gotta boot you right now.
Or me and Vinny would be talking. Me and Vinny Green would be talking, and he would pop in the back, and I'd be like, okay, and I'd let him on, and he would just start screaming, all right, now shut up and listen to me. Like,
what's up, Bella? Are you from
I'd be like, what the fuck? You just shut up. Trying to shut down the chat, right, and talk about weird, just like you're saying. But yeah, he'd come in acting like he was all angry instead of too funny, bro.
Is that Bella from Providence? I don't know, but yeah, he had some characters out here, some funny people.
He was a trip.
Harmless, funny people though, harmless who aren't putting people's families up. Like he was like a funny troll guy who nobody. He wasn't putting up. He wasn't doing nothing bad.
He was a trip
on there, having laughs. That's what most people, a lot of people use it to have some laughs, entertainment. Stuff like that, or some people have. It all depends what kind of channel you're watching,
I don't have a huge problem with a lot. I think I've mentioned to you before. The only kinds of trolls that I have zero like tolerance for in my chat, and like not very much patience for in others, is the disruptive troll. Those are the ones I don't like very much.
Yeah. He did those streams, Bears. Yeah, I kicked him off a lot. But God bless him, may he rest in peace. But
for sure.
Because he would kill the stream and derail the comment. That was his job, though.
That's right. Yeah, he was just doing it until you kicked it off. It's not like he took it personally. That was exactly right. It's what he was there for, and that's part of that shit that I have a little tolerance for.
Yeah, me too.
His other stuff that he did was funny.
You can't have a big ego on here and take everything personal. As long as they're not trying to like really slander you or fuck,
Right.
Like who gives a fuck? Like,
yes.
It's fucking internet, man.
That's right. And that's why I say most of it does not bother me at all, like very little. But the disruptive stuff, as soon as I see it and I call it, I'm like, okay, you're done. Bye.
Oh, really, man?
Just like
that's messed up. Yeah, he went too far on that one. I don't remember that, but if he did,
I don't remember that either.
He went too far on that one, but I don't remember another thing. I don't know if that's what's up, Bears, Mickey. Just reading the chat. Did you see the thing with the what's his name, Trump down at De Niro? I meant to talk about Robert De Niro. Did you see that goof, De Niro?
I saw that
he looked like
he was out there talking, and I assume he's saying the same things that I've seen him say before.
He looked like an utter moof. He's like, if this guy gets in, he's going to be a dictator. He'll never leave, which is like we've seen him be president before and lose and leave. Like the guy can't. If any guy tried to do that, they'd be fucking dead. They'd be put in a jail. You can't fucking that's not going to work. Like there's no way that guy could make himself dictator and president for life. That's scared.
No, he cannot make himself president for life. He cannot have the Constitution and like a lot of the other major legal shit that would have to be overcome. He cannot do that.
No, even if he tried to bend laws and shit, they would wipe him out. The CIA, they'd wipe him out. Forget about it.
No, they would They would just escort him out. Period. The fucking end. They would escort him out. Right.
De Niro looked like an utter fool. He's yelling at people. You know what? He was a hypocrite, and he messed up by this. Going, "Yous are all gangsters. You're a thug." It's like, wait a minute. You're the one threatening to punch people. You're the one acting like the thug and the gangster, Bobby. You said, remember, he wanted to punch him. I want to drag him outside and beat him and bah. Like, you're the one threatening people, you dumb fuck.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, now that Bears mentioned one other one. I don't really want to get into it, but just to acknowledge that he's speaking in the chat, I'm going to say the thing about the Facebook picture. Yes, he did say that, and it was also proven that he didn't have a fucking he didn't even have a daughter. But anyway,
he was sick in the head. He was a little crazy too, but
yeah, and that stuff is what it is. I was talking about some specific jokes that he did that were funny. I acknowledged that he was a crazy bastard, and so did MRE. But he did some crazy shit, but he also did some very funny things.
This guy, that isn't funny. Did you notice they set all the car alarms off in the background while he was speaking? Hysterical.
That's one way to shut somebody up.
That was. There was a lot of people he was arguing with. A lot of people. He was yelling, screaming at people. It's like, dude, you're an actor and you're a good actor. Oh, your movies suck lately though, but you had a lot of great classics. I love your movies.
Yeah, you had a good run.
But stop being. We don't want to hear you as a politician. You're not smart. You're not.
I'm with that anyway. I agree with you. Even if there's some fucking Oxford, Harvard, Yale political genius, I don't give a fuck. Make a movie. Shut the fuck up.
Yeah, if you're an actor, I don't want to.
If you're going to be a fucking actor or musician, and you're going to be an entertainer in general, then go be an entertainer. If you want to be in politics, be in fucking politics. Yeah. But you're not going to stand here and ask me to listen to all this crazy shit and go see your movie. No,
because you're losing half your fans right away.
You're damn right.
Here's the thing: they have the right to do it, but it's a stupid move because
of course they have the right to do it.
But you lose half your fans right away, right? Because both people like your movie, so why talk at all? Remaining neutral is the smartest thing if you were one of them people. It's stupid to put your nose into politics. It really is dumb,
Yeah,
actors to do that. But I guess they want the money, and who knows what favors they get down the road? Who knows with these people?
There's no way to tell. There's no way to tell. Really. But if I had to take a guess with him, I think it's a matter of like relevance and grandpa shooting off at the mouth.
Yeah, that too.
I really do. Because he knows he has the platform, right? So I mean, he's kind of like buying relevance. He's buying free screen time by being the famous guy that is like, and the old grandpa that will just like say some crazy shit. And the way our news cycles are, they eat that stuff up,
Well, he had, like you say, a lot of people in the Bronx. AOC couldn't grab that. Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez.
Oh no, she can't. But and I'm gonna be an even Steven here for you guys with that one. I also saw a lot of footage of a lot of those people that were in the crowd were not from fucking New York. I don't know what to tell you. They just weren't. And there was a lot of people that were from that borough that were around it that were talking a lot of fucking shit about the Republicans. It just is what it is. Even Trump, when he spoke, he said this trial, and I'm in an area where basically in New York City where my polling is 5 to 8%. But I've got news for you. This is not some crazy, weird, pull the wool over your eyes con. They all do that. They have followers. People from Texas that love you will come see you in Michigan and Chicago and fucking West Palm Beach and California. It's totally normal. So the whole news cycle that's meant to divide us with this dumb conversation is just that.
Well, that's what critical race is.
Everybody's right. There were people from New York there that did not fucking like him. Most of that crowd that was there was not from there. That is not a mark against him. You get what I'm saying? Like the news is making that to us like it's a mark against him, but it's not. There's still a whole bunch of fucking people there, however you shake the fucking jar. All this fucking, we need a different party altogether. I wouldn't vote for either one of these motherfuckers. I don't want nothing to fucking do with them or most of the shit that either one of them represents at all.
Both parties are screwed people.
We have it's like, I'm not saying which one's which, but it's like the South Park said, it's a douche and a turd sandwich, bro. And that's the way it's been for a long time. These people work for people. And their sides, yes, are different in a way, but they all still high five in the background, just like professional wrestling when the cameras go off while they're taking our fucking money. It's all that, So half of it's true. Some people do and stand for certain things the other side doesn't. And certainly that's what helps keep the division going. But at the end of the day, it's all the same fucking garbage, man. And the news outlets will always create these conversations for us by creating division. That's their job.
They used to divide us with class. Now they divide us with race.
Yep,
they
100%. And they've been doing it really bad with the sexuality. Yep.
Sexuality, critical race theory for years. What do they tell Americans? We're all the same. One anthem, one flag. We're all Americans, no matter if you're white, black, you know, if you live.
Well, SPK, I'm agreeing with you, right? Whether you're pro-Trump or not, but I totally agree with you, right? You said exactly. Who gives a fuck where they get their mail at? They still have a common ground, right? Pro-Trump, and that's 100% fair to say. It doesn't matter where they're from. The news is what's telling you. The news is what's telling you. There's, you know, this problem. One side saying, "Hey, look at all these people that are here for Trump. They're all from here." They're for Trump now. Remember, they're for him. They know that's not true. That's how this news shit works. And then the other fucking news channel goes, "Hey, those guys are lying," right? And then we end up having these conversations. But the smart people know what we're saying, which is, of course, there's people here from everybody. It's just, but it's a big crowd.
Well, you do have people
that
spend all their money following certain politicians all around the country.
Oh, forget about it. Especially these people that are in their RVs and they're retired and all this kind of,
every rally, every time the guy's in public, they go. So there are people that will follow for that reason also, you know. But it ain't sinister. It's actually just some organic, like, fan of a politician stuff, you know.
Yeah.
Personality.
At the end of the day, bro, like I said, I don't like either one of these fucking parties, because I want a party that's going to do a mixture of what both sides are supposed to stand for. There should be an even fucking keel.
Yeah, I just want to see my people survive in this
country. Right. And most people want basically the same fucking things. They want somebody in power or an organization in power that can actually manage economics, so that we don't have to fight inflation, our bond percentages don't go down while the interest rates go up, that we take care responsibly of things like immigration and fucking care for family and America first, and making sure we take care of our own people before we fuck with anybody else.
They got to fix the border, man.
And then the immigration thing is, I'm with you a million fucking percent on that, bro. And I've told you that started for me. That has nothing to do with politics for me. I'm just well traveled, and I'm not saying that in a cocky way. I'm just saying I've seen the borders, and they're a fucking joke. Everywhere, all along Canada, all along Mexico, they are a total fucking joke, unless you're going into a major point. But even then, say you're going to Juarez, bro, going across from El Paso, there's a big like toll structure in the middle of the road, but on the sides of the road is nothing. If anything, it's a backyard fence. It's a joke. A total fucking joke. That shit needs to be checked hard. And I knew that shit. Again, people that have just seen that stuff and lived by that know that. I mean, that's just common sense, bro.
SBK seen that thing? Yeah, that's funny. Yeah, that was in front of like I forget where that was, in front of like an immigration office or something. I told him it was a little white kid that would cut that lawn or something.
Too funny. I remember the Amazing Racist. You ever seen that show?
Yeah.
And that fucking guy picks up all those guys in front of the Home Depot and drives them to immigration.
Yeah, they tried to like get him as like try to say he was a real racist, but he was a Jewish guy who like did.
Yeah, no, that was just extreme comedy. That was over the fucking top. Now the thing I did not like, though, that I do agree. Now I have to.
You think it was scripted or not? Before you say that,
I think that some of it was.
Some of it
Some of it seemed like it was, but some of it seemed like it wasn't. The one that I did find racist and completely, I don't give a fuck if you were faking or not. I do not agree with bringing a fucking Klan outfit into black people, bro, and putting it in their face. That's hurtful and wrong.
Well, that had to be fixed, right? Because why would he do that?
He walked out in the parking lot with a cross and a Klan outfit, asking people if he could get gas to burn the cross and shit like that. I'm like, dude, like,
that's not funny.
That's not funny to me. It wasn't funny to me.
Well, there's a point where it becomes ignorant, if there's funny and tasteful stuff, and then there's a point.
Yeah, and he did some stuff that was funny, bro. It was fucking like when he put like
the Mexican dudes when we pulled over and he pulled up to the NSA, he said, "Want a job?" And that must have been a skit too, but it was still funny when he pulled up.
That was funny, and also the other one that was funny. I'm gonna tell you what too. I was sitting around with a bunch of my friends. A couple of them were black. They thought it was the funniest fucking thing in the world. They said he would have got fucked up, but they would have laughed. which is funny. He's like, "Yo, that guy would have got fucked up," but that's funny.
Well, that's my point with the fixing stuff, right?
It was the one where he said he was giving people free rides back to Africa.
Yeah, if you're gonna go up to a bunch of blacks, like I live around blacks, right? Yeah, I know how they are. You go up to them on some shit like that, put a Klan mask in front of them, or try to make a joke of that to them. They're gonna want to fight you and hurt you. Like that's what's gonna happen. You're gonna be fighting them.
Yeah.
And no matter how it goes, you're gonna get hit with a hate crime too.
Yeah, that one was right. Yeah,
anyway,
the whole Klan outfit thing was just very.
So it had to be
distasteful for me. I mean, I hope so. I hope.
I don't even know black people in Providence. I only know some blacks in Providence. I don't know how they are in other cities. Other people are, and other cities are different. All the whites, blacks, no matter where you're from, different cultures, different cities. I don't know how they are other places, but I would think that they would want to fight them,
Yes. So, yeah, of course, bro. Like I said, I was sitting with some buddies that saw the one where he was doing the trips back to Africa, and they laughed, and they were like, "Yo, that shit's funny, but that dude get fucked up." They're like, "Well, that shit is funny."
I guess it depends. If he goes in like a rich black neighborhood, he could probably get away with it, like some like rich black area or something.
Man, I don't know. The Klan outfit, like I said, that one was the one that was a bit much for me. But and to your point too, like would probably be a bit much for most people if it's not scripted, no matter where you're at.
No, down neck, I didn't see it. A bulbous nose, no, I didn't see it. I don't get a lot of I don't even know how to look up the mentions no more on the phone. It switched up on me. It like rebooted, and I had it's like a new program or whatever. So I don't even know how to get to that no more. But I got to check the comments, I guess. Alabama's event. Yeah, those guys haven't been around for years, those people. Like, and if there are some groups, they're probably like maybe 10 of them, and there's like a brother, maybe a few brothers and their wives and their kids, and they only do it for a few years,
Yeah.
There's not really groups. You might have some old historian dude. You might have some old guys with some like a bunch of Klan history or something, and people might see them as Klansmen, but they're probably just historians and shit. But there's no real clans. Like, I highly doubt it. Highly, highly doubt it. Like I said, a couple of inbred people together in the woods.
Yeah, there you go. Because the way it was described to me, and I hate to even talk. We'll get on a different subject after this, but the way it was described to me a long time ago by somebody that would know, it was not a friend of mine, but they were definitely about their business. He was telling me, he was like, bro, he's like, the Klan's for like the inbred retards. He's like, they would never be allowed in any real organization, bro. He was like, those people are the outcasts, man. He's like, trust me. He's like, trust me. They could never ever be a part of anything real. He's like, those guys are the outcast people.
I'm sure it's small though, Parasite Slayer. If there is one in Mississippi, it's probably so small. I bet you they don't even go to 20 members. Man.
That's where it would be, buddy. I'm going to tell you what, like,
they probably don't even have 20 members.
Mississippi is one of the most racist places I've ever been in my entire life. Like, they're open about it on both sides. It's just like, it's like well-seasoned fucking racism in Mississippi. That shit's crazy. It's worse than Alabama, and Alabama's
so many. Here's my point: is there's so many laws where, sometimes just for wearing that stuff, you would go to jail. Never mind getting in a fight with somebody. Like if those guys are out fighting with people,
you're done.
For even a simple assault, something stupid, you're getting hit with a hate crime.
You're done forever. You're done.
So like. Even if
your whole life's over, everybody related to you.
They probably just dress up in their backyards, burn the cross for a ceremony, and they think it's cool and fun and edgy, so they do it. But they're not. I doubt they're going to fuck with people or nothing. Maybe they are. I highly doubt it, though. Highly doubt it.
You think you'd hear about it?
You would, and none of that. They'd probably get fucking thrown in jail or killed. You know, I think the last time you heard of them killing somebody might have been the 80s. They dragged some guy in a car, a couple like dumb drunk guys, like dragged some dude in like Texas or something.
Hmm.
That's the last time I heard any like of them.
It's crazy that shit's always been crazy to me, bro. It's I just never understood that stuff, bro. Hating people like, cause I've always just been like cool with absolutely everybody, regardless of what they're into or believe and shit. As long as they're cool with me and like they're trustworthy people and they like handle themselves with class and dignity, bro. Like I'll fuck with anybody. I don't give a fuck.
Yeah, if somebody's a good person, you
Dude,
know.
that's what I'm saying. It's like I've always been that way my whole life. I don't give a shit what you're into, what you like, who you like to be with. Like as long as you're trustworthy and you carry yourself with class, you know what I mean? Like we're
Yeah.
cool. We're cool, man.
Yeah, as long as a decent person, I'll be friends with them as long as they're cool
You know,
people.
now don't get me wrong. There's certain people I consider good people, but because of some of the stuff they do, they probably won't be invited to the barbecue. Don't get me fucked up, but it doesn't mean that I'm not going to be cordial and like pleasant with you when I see you in places. You know, like I've been cool
Yeah.
with everybody. Yeah, that shit just doesn't make sense to me, bro. And like how you could spend your time just like, ah, you know, like fucking white knuckling through
Mostly
life,
done
like
for
shit
money.
you can't change.
Probably done for money or like on the internet or just done out of
Well, I think that's a fair statement. I
being
think that some
drunk or
people probably
stupid.
do
Who knows?
that probably just for, yes, just like a Marilyn Manson, make their money off of shock. Yeah, shock
Yeah.
value.
Shock
Yeah.
value.
Yeah,
Fuck.
I think there's something to be said for that. That's a very
Ever
fair
see the
point.
dudes who light themselves on fire?
I've seen one person light themselves on fire in real life at a death metal
There's
show.
like a channel for it now where these guys like light themselves on fire. It's like
That's
fucking what the
crazy.
fuck? And they put it out there like, oh, we wear these suits and shit. It's like you're still lighting yourself on fire. Like what the fuck? I
That's
mean,
nuts.
oh, like
Yeah,
I just don't get it. Ever see the guys who jump off the cliffs with the fucking hang gliders, man? The
I can't. Oh my God. Yes, I don't like a lot of those
crazy
videos. I saw one too where a guy was like on the top of some crazy tall building and like climbing out on the crane that was dangling off of the top of it. I was just flipping out watching the video, bro. My palms were sweating watching the guy.
Oh, we were speaking. We were just talking about that. All right. Kitten and them. They had some. I think someone told me yesterday that they were saying that the Greg Minor guy they kept talking about. They said that I put these guys in jail and they had pictures of me in a mask. So you fucking retard.
Okay,
That's not me in a mask. These fucking people are pathetic.
this
Boy,
was
did
Kitten
they
again.
I don't know if it's Kitten or maybe Harambe or Tig. One of them people. I don't know if they put out a post or a video. Had some guy in a mask saying it was me or something. It's like you fucking idiots,
Wow,
morons. I don't know no Greg Minor. Bring him
these
on
guys
here.
are just.
Let me talk to that retard.
You guys are just.
I never left the East Coast. I don't know them people.
It's fucking sick at this point, bro. It's mentally sick at this point.
Yeah, they just look like fucking
They need to
real.
be put. They need to be put in rubber rooms and straitjackets and shit, so they can just sit there and mumble your name over and over and over again.
Yeah, it's quite weird.
It's getting, yeah, man. It really is getting to the point
I
of like,
guess Bulbous knows too. I think Parasites say or somebody left me a message. Something about
yeah,
Bulbous.
that was one of the names I saw pop up.
And I
Was
guess they were slandering him because it's like this guy. It's not like he's really like he's sticking up for me in a way, but he's just saying the truth. You know what I mean? Meaning, like they call me an informant. There's no proof of that. You know what I mean? And they want to attack the guy and say he's a Nazi. I don't know him from here. He just watches the channel just like he watches other channels. I never talked to him offline. I
I
don't know.
guess it was CM. It says CM says you put a guy in jail selling him a gun. Yeah.
Yeah. Then why then I get arrested? Where's the thing that they're so stupid? Why they're the only ones that can find these cases too.
It's
Fucking ridiculous.
it's getting exhausting. At this point, it's like
goofy.
these people are exhausting at this point.
Now, if they were smart, they would have just did it once and left it, you know?
And what do they have? 5 people in their chats these days?
Yeah. No one's going to listen to them. Like, you know, there are people that say they believe it. People don't even like you, and they're just saying that.
Right. There's 5 people in there. 3 of them are hate watchers. One of them's a clipper.
Yeah, who gives a shit? It's no point of it. They're fucking clowns, man. They're just, like I said, stands and liars and obsessed people. They think we're in cahoots. Like no, he's just. Do I like the dude? Yeah, he's a good guy. I'm not like him. He stuck up for me on there. He could have been just some hater motherfucker and went up there and threw lies up. But no, he researched it, and that was his opinion. You know what the fuck? That doesn't make him no fucking kiss ass, and not, like that's what they try to do when you give your opinion on something that they don't like. They try to.
There's a cigar that has posted his comment. He said they're just saying anything now with a trust me, bro, and people believe it. And that's my problem is this trust me, bro shit. I'm over that stuff, man. It's old. It's old hat.
What did I do? In each individual case, mostly I argued with them on a stream, and they rage quit.
Or they've been slighted.
Yeah, slighted. One guy exposed them for not having a Purple Heart and stuff like that. So, yeah, they go weird. Narc, I don't know. Narc, I bought him for $5, and then I didn't.
No, you're good down neck. You talk about anything you want. You go right.
I didn't do nothing to that guy neither. I just didn't watch his channel for a few days, and he's like, "You turned on me." It's like, whoa, dude. Just because I don't watch your channel doesn't mean I don't like you. Sometimes I just don't watch stuff, you know?
Yeah, it really is a tale, right? There's a handful of them, and each one of them require their own tale. But most of them are strikingly similar. Most of them, not all of them. Like MRE was saying, there's a couple that are slighted in different ways. But the most part, they all became slighted in the same way and became butthurt and vindictive, like an ex-girlfriend scorned.
Yeah, literally.
Yeah, no, literally, exactly, literally.
And people have seen it, you know. It's like, people have seen it happen, you know. It's fucking weirdo shit, dude. Yeah, they have no proof of none of that.
No proof of nothing. None of that's nothing. That's all absolute garbage. That's just slanderous garbage.
What's up, Dustin? I know people work their life too. That's what they tell me. That mock guy always talk about American politics. Yeah, he makes no sense. He knows nothing about America. He's a wannabe American.
That's the problem. See, I don't know anything about this dude really, but I will repeat what I've said in the past, which is I have a serious problem with this person not being from here and thinking he can talk shit about America. Like, no. He don't even live in America. It's not even like he came here and became an American citizen. No. You know? It's like, dude, you're not even in America. You're not an American citizen. What do you? That's what I keep hearing, and I'm like, well, what do you care? And what do you know? What the fuck could you possibly know?
Worry about those fucking knife attacks in London. Like
that shit's that shit's crazy, bro. Yeah, I read one a couple of years ago. Some guy grabbed some like crazy old rusty shit with a bayonet on the end and went and took a fucker out with that. Like, could you imagine being the first motherfucker to die from a bayonet in 100 years? That shit would suck.
Yeah, when they have no argument down neck, that's what they will call you. When they have no argument, they would just use fucking stupid buzzwords like that.
Oh, that's right. That's 100% right. No ability to argue, show proof, have any kind of original thought. Nothing. No creativity.
Yeah, Bears and Cigars summed him up pretty good. His show is so insignificant, insufferable. I watch when the Zeos were there. But who wants to watch here a smug British guy with a gonzo nose spew liberal propaganda and anti-Trump shit? All this scummy shit he said. Yeah, he said
right. What gives him the right to say a fucking thing about anything? That's my serious problem with this person not even knowing much about them. Is like, go fuck yourself. I have no tolerance.
I personally hate that. I don't like him. Like he's slandered and fucking messed with people.
That's it. We're gonna start a channel all about fucking British politics, bro.
He don't even care about his own.
And we're gonna go in on it, not knowing a fucking thing about anything, not being from there, not having a dog in the race. We're just gonna talk shit.
Well, listen, I'm not from England. I have a much respect for the English. I just hate him. The Irish, because I am Irish, and the Scottish, great island people. But I don't know about their. I do know about their politics, but it's none of my business. I don't give a shit because I don't live there. But God bless them, and I hope they get all them fucking invaders out. I love the country.
Yeah,
but
yeah,
I'm
yeah,
not gonna
100%.
comment
That's a
on that.
serious problem. Yes, it is.
Yeah, I'm not gonna
That's
comment
okay. We have.
So do a show or do a whole stream or do.
Yeah, I know. We've responsibly we've been good about that. We've responsibly touched on that. I've said some things. You know, I've said my part. And
Well,
we've had reasonable and responsible conversations, and that's fine.
Yeah, I said I don't think any country in the world. I don't think the majority of the native people in their country should be bred out, by other people and replaced. It's not cool. But
you want to see
even care.
You want to see a picture of the? I found it. It says the world's most arrested man has died recently. You want to see what he looks like?
Yeah, hold on. I won't need to hire an attorney to file a suit, but he will need to defend against a lawsuit. Americans have injustice suing the Brits. Wow, really? Interesting. Know what we're saying?
Hang on, I'm gonna pull something up real quick. I want to show you.
Yeah, well, it's like that. Oh no, I hear you. I know it's not. I'm not slighting the Brits. I'm slighting that Brit. He's a goofy Brit. We got a lot of English who watch too. Who's this guy? The tennis player?
No, it says world's most arrested man dies at 74.
Oh, hey, he looks like Arthur Ashe, ain't it?
It says locally they called him James Brown.
He looks like a character. He looks all
his name was Henry Earl, and his criminal history included more than 1,500 busts. He's the world's most arrested man. He was 74 when he died last week. It says for the last several years of his life, he resided at a nursing home in Kentucky, about 50 miles from Lexington, where he racked up the majority of his arrests. It says he was regularly collared for public order crimes fueled by alcohol and booked into the Fayette County Detention Center. Oh, wow. Overall, he spent over 6,000 days in the county lockup for offenses like public intoxication and disorderly conduct. 6,000 days, man.
Wow. No, I never been to Vegas. What's up, Del? Yeah, that's nuts. Oldest. Look at him. Look at his smile. He looks like he was just bombed, having a good time.
Yeah, it says no violent crimes at all. It says it's all public intoxication and fucking disorderly conduct over 1,500 times. He was arrested for that shit.
Arguing with cops, arguing with people outside, yelling, bombed. Yeah, look at him. He looks all happy.
That's too funny, man. That's too funny.
The guy in New Jersey. I've never been to. Well, yeah, I've drove through New Jersey to go to Florida, but never been to New Jersey. There's Maddie, Long Island's accent. Yeah, Maddie's in Redzilla, Rhode Island born. Is that a sex doll? Oh, that's creepy. Wow. Look at that. Who the fuck?
Look at this guy.
Oh, that's some creepy shit, man.
That's the guy. So it says, this is weird now. You're going to have to follow me. Hang on. Let me stop that so it's not loading anymore.
Very true. Yeah, that's
okay.
weird.
Here we go. All right. So follow me. This sounds really weird, so you have to follow me on this one. It says, investigate charge that a funeral home worker planned to use a body bag to smuggle a life-size sex doll out of the home of a man who died in his residence.
Yeah.
He's Ryan Smith, 42, was arrested for breaking into the Omaha apartment where the dead man lived. And it says he worked for a company that handles removals, transportation, embalming, cremations, etc. Oh, so this guy and a coworker were dispatched to the apartments to collect a dead person, and inside the unit they found a life-size sex doll, and he decided to steal it from the dead guy.
That's twisted, man. Who the fuck would do that? What a sick
So they went and they broke into his fucking apartment and used a body bag.
Hold on. It looks like Frank Fortalino's little brother. Wow.
It does look like that guy. That's
a little
funny.
skinnier though, obviously a lot skinnier. But wow, what a sicko! Stealing a sex doll? That's disgusting.
Yeah, in a body bag from a dead guy that you just took out. So you robbed a dead guy and you took his sex doll that's obviously used.
Yeah, number one, robbing a dead guy for anything is stupid, but this is beyond me. Like, this is like, what?
And
Like,
bro, like, what are you gonna do? Hit it with the garden hose? There's not enough bleach in the world for that, bro. Like, I wouldn't. Come on,
diseases,
right?
And there's just the degenerate sickness of anybody wanting to fornicate with a plastic doll is beyond me. Like, why,
bro,
you got to be sick in the head. I don't know what happened as a kid. Maybe you fell asleep and the My Buddy doll attacked you. I don't know. It's weird. I don't get it. It's really, there's some sick people with some sick sexual obsessions. They dress up as little kids, and the lady acts like they're their mom and gives them bottles and shit. Look at this creature. Look at this 6-pack Annie, 6-pack fucking Annie. What's that?
Yeah, she's in Florida. She's in Florida. It says that. Okay, so she walked over to her neighbor's house, engaged in a verbal argument regarding his water usage. She had used her black flip phone to take photos of the wet spots on the roadway so that she could report him to the complex's management. She grabbed him by the beard and spit in his face.
Wow.
Oh, God.
It's like an old Gary Busey.
That's nasty. 3rd-degree felony. Yeah, I was just taking a look at some of these other articles in here. I figured, why not? But yeah, that's pretty gross, man.
Yeah, anybody spitting, and I don't like that shit. Spitting in people's faces. That's gross.
Oh, that's nasty. Spitting on people is reprehensible. That's nasty.
What is this? Transformers, Joanna Man meets the eye.
She's in Florida for sure. It says that she hit some old guy in the head with a cinnamon bun, I guess.
Jesus. Oh, my God.
It's a cinnamon roll attack. It says,
cinnamon attack. What the?
Yeah, get the fuck out of here. That's too funny. That can't be
true. Is that even true? She hit him with a cinnamon
bun?
no,
she did. She did hit somebody with a cinnamon bun. They did arrest her. Yeah.
Real hard and hit him in the eye, maybe. And the old guy must have been like, you see, sweetie.
That shit's crazy.
You shouldn't be throwing old food at old people, though. That's crazy.
Yeah, it is.
Spitting on someone, it's the ultimate form of disrespect. My mother and father always told me never to spit on people. It's disgusting. Oh, a sex doll in a body bag. You know how you got to be to do that?
Yeah, it is disgusting.
I would want to commit suicide if I ever laid down with a
You got to be super fucking twisted. You're going to be willing to go and break into this fucking person's house and they're dead and it's used. And somebody,
let me tell you something.
Oh, my God.
If UPS came to my door and dropped off a sex doll, I would burn it. I wouldn't let it in my house. I would not let that.
Exactly. Like, what the fuck?
Demon shit in my house. I'd burn it. I wouldn't even.
I've said before, like, what are you supposed to do with it then? Are you going to put it in the dishwasher? Like, what are you supposed to do? That's nasty. That's nasty. What are you supposed to do? That's gross, man.
Yeah, it's disgusting shit. Even to do that with a plastic that's just sick.
Bro.
That's some weird shit.
That shit is nasty, man.
How did he even put it in a fucking body bag? What a sick fucker.
Yep, that's to smuggle it out of the house. Put it in a body bag.
Damn it, Mandy. That guy could have died from AIDS.
That's nasty.
Bang his doll gross. Yeah, it's sick, ain't it, Mandy? It's sick, man. What's up, Cuban B? Mike said I'm not American. Yeah, you are, Mike. Americana. Yeah, that's some sick shit, man.
There's some fucking moron.
A lot of people.
Some woman called
those dolls
the cops over a bad batch of meth.
Really? Back my point. I live in America, so I don't know what's going on in other countries.
I know they do.
Oh, God bless you, Dustin. Would you lose it, Rat Trap City? Can you hear me?
No, yeah, I can hear you. Yeah, I can hear you. I looked through a few of them, and I wasn't gonna put. Some of them were pretty gross, so I was just like skipping. I just let that one go. Yeah, some of them got kind of nasty.
Yeah, that any pictures the rich people that buy them too, because those are going to be for big expense of those human dolls. They said they're like,
man, the one all I know is that
they talk.
Yes, you said like the Japanese ones and stuff, and like I've seen some really gross clips come up on YouTube and random shit that's come across like shorts and things like that, and some of those robots over there are like
they're creepy, man.
But it's weird, like because they make them look young, bro, and they make them small, and I'm like, bro, that's nasty. Like, what are you doing? I get that it's not supposed to be that, but bro, you're pretty adjacent right now, you know?
Yeah, twinkling on twink shit with kids. That's weird,
bro.
Weird. Yeah, the little Japanese dolls of these little.
Yeah, and they talk to you and stuff. Ugh.
That's fucking creepy, man. How embarrassing is that? I would commit suicide. I would never commit suicide.
Mom, Dad, I want to introduce you to Jenny.
Yeah, meet Jenny. Jenny's really complicit in what I say. Jenny loves
exactly. Yeah, she's programmed to always be nice to me. She knows all my favorite recipes.
She'll never betray me.
Oh my god.
He'll probably end up beating Jenny anyways.
Yeah, exactly, dude.
Jenny's got like missing rubber on her cheek. Like
yep.
Terminator.
Yep.
Jenny's got bruises, hair ripped out of its head. What's happening to Jenny? Jenny's got to go to a fucking clinic to get help now.
I mean, dude, and you know what's...
Jenny shooting up in the bathroom.
You know they're making trans dolls, too.
Disgrazia.
Of course, it's what I mean, but of course they are, especially over there. That's a pretty large part of Asian culture, if I'm not totally mistaken. Like the feminization and stuff, and has been for hundreds of years.
Maybe in some parts, but
yeah.
Pretty macho, but yeah, in some parts, especially nowadays with all this,
all that femboy shit over there. Yeah, man.
Yeah, that's some creepy shit.
Yeah, because that stuff's different than the one like we've got full blown Decepticons over here. Like over there, they're just like, no, I'm no girl, I femboy. It's like, oh, well, you get the fuck off my YouTube right now, goddammit. Get.
Hear about the kid from Long Island? I forget his name, but he's like this kid. He's this muscle-bound kid. He's half Italian, half German, and he's got a transmission for a girlfriend, boyfriend, whatever you want to call this.
Whatever, right.
Girl, though, he calls it, and he says he's not gay. Like, he's like, no, I'm not.
Well, no, that's where we have a no.
Like he was literally like, and it was funny. They were on this podcast, and the girl's like, I wouldn't leave my kid with you. It was fucking hilarious, and they were all offended. I seen a clip of it on a short. It was real funny. But this kid, mind you, thinks he's like a big tough guy. He was in gangs and stuff. And he's literally with a transmission saying he's not gay. He wants to fight people. Then he was calling his own father on the talk show, letting him call his father. His father's totally embarrassed about him. I guess his father was in like a mad motorcycle club, like one of the big ones. I don't know.
Right.
Though.
But yeah, macho. Right?
Yeah, and he was mad, insulted by the kid, and they were trying to call him. It was weird.
So like that would be my only problem in that conversation. I have to be honest with you. Like it's again, not somebody I'm going to invite to my barbecue, not somebody I'd have a problem with, but
if they're an adult,
you're not right, but you're not going to look me in my face and tell me you're not gay when you're fucking with a penis. No, we are not going to fucking have that conversation. I will respect you and tell you can do whatever you want, and I will be personable, and I will never call you names or make you feel bad in any way for the way you are. But you're also not important enough for me to change up my pronoun game, and you're not going to fucking tell me that you're not gay if you fucks with penis. Yes, you are. No, I don't care.
Not with him at all. But if he worked with me or something, I wouldn't be mean to the guy, But
fair,
I wouldn't hang out with him.
Well, right. That's what I mean by you're not invited to the barbecue. Yeah, no, 100%. We're on the same page with that, right? But I would never be right. That's what I'm saying. It's like I would never be rude to you. None of that shit there. But we will have the conversation. If you're going to look me in the face and tell me you're not gay, I'm going to say, yes, you are.
Yeah, it's sick. They even say
like you need to wake up and be who you is, because that's fucking ridiculous. That's a ridiculous statement that you just made to me right now.
It's like, just say who you are, dude. Nobody cares nowadays. Like, no.
Yeah, no, you're not going to be with somebody that has a penis.
You're not going to lose a job. My point is, nobody cares. You're not going to lose your job for being gay, right? No way.
No, of course not.
Yeah, Pain Like Bane. Yeah, they think Parasite Slayer is literally what's his name, Reinhard Heydrich. They think he's Reinhard Heydrich's grandson.
That's ridiculous. That's ridiculous, man.
Bulbous nose.
Well, I mean, but it makes sense that they would be campaigning against him right now, because he was the only one that was having like sensible, reasonable conversations with actual proof, which I have to give again credit to Parasite for having the receipts and the paperwork to back up the shit that he's saying, to the point where you're able to actually give them statute numbers and stuff like that, because again, that's something that is often lacking in a lot of the back and forths and conversations with people. So good job.
Yeah, but no, I appreciated him speaking
up. That's why there's a campaign against him.
But my whole thing was, there's nothing you can say. These people, like, you could prove they don't care.
You're right. Well, you're right. That's the end. That's why. That's what's exhausting about it. You're 100% right.
Yeah, that's why I don't like. I laugh at it, Especially they said I'm going to Utah to put fucking Nazis away.
Come on, get the fuck out of here, bro.
I've never been to Utah. I'm not in that picture. That's gay. Like, stupid. Why would I be in a picture?
You know how fucking
unbelievably... I would say, here's the funny thing. If I was in a picture, I would say it was me. Why would I not say it was
me? It would be...
Listen, I got a picture of me in front of the State House with the Afrikaans flag when I was advocating for the South African Boer, the farm murders. And I have that picture on my Facebook and everything, I don't hide nothing. I still didn't take down my Facebooks, Like, shit.
That shit, it has nothing to do.
If it was me in some fucking thing, I would say.
As they say, that has nothing to do with the price of fucking rice in China.
No, but like,
you know what I mean? Like, that shit has nothing to do with anything.
Nazi exposed. That's hilarious.
Absolutely ridiculous, man. This shit is old and tired, and they have not a goddamn thing to back it up. Nothing. They've had almost 3 years to come up with something, and all they have is just like Bear said earlier. Trust me, bro.
Yeah,
I'm sorry, but that doesn't cut it.
And mind you, they're all like court liars, court degenerates, flip floppers, fucking stands. People who like literally love you 1 minute and then hate you the next and want to do fucked up shit. Fucking weird. Yeah. Weird shit. I knew I would encounter, I knew I would make a lot of enemies with the stool pigeon shit. Obviously, that comes with the territory. I always knew, and my friends always knew that was going to happen. And I always knew I'd get doxxed too. I thought it was going to happen way sooner. But I didn't think so many stands would pop up. I knew some of their fanboys people would stick up for them. I knew that, but I didn't realize how desperate and these people come in factually. I think they want to suck my dick. I don't mean to be rude, folks, but I think they're half a phenoics.
Right. No, I've said that before too. You got a hard on for a dude for 3 years. There's something going on.
Weird. Yeah, that's weird, man.
There's something going on. You have an obsession with a man. It's weird to the point where you need, I'm basically just assuming you're in your room with pictures of him.
Yeah.
It's weird.
Yeah. There's no way I would spend time.
And that's definitely true for Kitten, because he's running facial recognition across the interwebs right now.
You know how much money he spent?
He's fucking right. He's hacking into government databases right now to scan the interwebs for fucking pictures of fucking MRE, dude. It's crazy.
Pitch how angry these guys must be. They spent all this money, made themselves look like dick riders, the whole nine, and they still can't make everybody hate me who they want to hate me. It's weird.
Mm-hmm.
They still can't ruin my name. Anybody who looks into me is gonna know, I'm on the up and up. Fucking weirdos.
Yeah, it's mind-boggling at this point.
I think it's funny though with this Harold Miner character. It's bring him on. I want to see if they actually gonna pay some guy to come on and say he knows me. That's funny.
It'd be ridiculous. But again, in this day and age, In this day and age, it's too easy to find people. You can't just lie about who you are. We could find out.
Yeah.
It's
Well,
ridiculous.
my buddy over there, Midwest Mobster, said he looked into it, and that guy has nothing to do with me at all. Or it was weird shit. I forget what he said.
Yeah, how could it? No, Kitten saw a picture and was like, I'm gonna say that's him.
Well, he forget why they said he knew me or something. He said, "Oh, that I sold him a gun with no serial number or something."
Right.
Even they said I had a gun with no serial number. That's so not true. I've never had a gun with an erased serial number. That's stupid. Why would I have one like that? I go to jail. No, every gun I had a serial number. I would never scratch a serial number off a legal gun. You know how stupid you got to be to do that.
So I don't know. What the fuck are you doing? You're gonna dress up and go hit somebody, you know what I mean? Like, what are you gonna dump the gun off?
Yeah, it's weird.
This is gangster time. This is gangster time now.
Yeah, why would I fucking? It's stupid. Why would I fucking file a serial number off a gun? And if that was the case, if I was some criminal doing that, why would I still have it? If I was some criminal shooting
or
people?
Sell it?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, or sell it. You got some heater and you're gonna sell the heater. That's weird. Yeah, it's all strange, bro. And again, there'd be all kinds of articles. Your fucking name would be in the fucking articles. There'd be court paperwork. This guy would be more than willing to say that's the one. Yeah, and have paperwork to back it up because he's going to be the guy that got ratted on. It's not going to be enough for them to just find some fucking asshole at 7-Eleven to say he's this person. He's going to have the legit paperwork that can be found online by a third party. Yeah. And that's not going to happen. These people are fucking born retarded.
They would have already found that stuff when they first had my name, you know.
Yeah.
It's so ridiculous. None of that. I've never even been out in those parts of the countries. I don't know none of those people. That's ridiculous. Like, fuck off. Well, if they tried to say that Lady Kim was some other girl, it's like, I don't know. It's like, oh, that's what they said in the video. This guy called him Bruno. It's like, Bruno's an average name. My name was Bruno the Doberman, my dog's channel. You know, that was that was my YouTube channel.
Gotcha.
Rocco the Doberman, because it's my dog's channel of my dog's life growing up. You know?
Yeah, you said I've been putting your dog in the fucking thumbnails.
Do you know how many Brunos, probably nicknames of Brunos are out there? They're fucking dummy. And that guy looked nothing like me neither.
It's ridiculous, man.
And like I said, if I ever went and did, I don't know what they were doing. I don't know what their signs said or nothing. But if I ever did that, I would say I did it, you know?
Yeah.
Because if I did something, obviously I did it for a reason, right? Like, I'd say it. I wouldn't be like, no, that's not me. Like, yeah, I did. Like me with my flag in front of the State House advocating for South Africans. I didn't deny that. Well, they tried to say that I went to a St. Patrick's Day parade, right? They tried to say it was a Nazi parade. Like, you can see the people with St.
So what's wrong? Well, first of all, what's wrong with advocating for fucking South African people?
I don't know. They said I was a Nazi for it.
What the fuck does that have to do with anything? I don't understand.
They said I was putting out Nazi things, but I wasn't. No flyer I ever put out in my life had a swastika on it or said anything about Nazis. Never in a million years. If someone can put something like that, I'd chop my own hand off. I passed out South Africa.
I've never in all this time since it's been going on seen anything like that at all.
Well, think about it. Who's going to listen to your message if you put a swastika on your flyer? Who the fuck? They're going to throw it away.
Don't ask me. Yeah, they're not even gonna touch it, bro. Yeah,
exactly.
Right.
They're not going to take it probably, most likely, or they're going to throw it in the garbage. I think you're crazy. So why would I fucking put a swastika on it? These people are so stupid. What was on my flyers were the victims, the names of the victims and pictures of them, you know?
Yeah.
There were flyers with the victims and their names, pictures, the years they died, stuff like that. It had they had something that was called plasmador.com or something that talked about how many people died and all that stuff and how you look stuff up and all that kind of stuff on it where you could find info about it.
Mm-hmm.
And a few people, South African people, would leave comments in my thing and say, "Hey, thanks," you know. But I didn't know none of them. Like I knew them from my chat. Like, "Hey, thank you for passing out them flyers," or "That happened to a neighbor of mine," or something like that. But I never met them. And they were
right. But that doesn't What makes them Nazis, though?
And that's what I said. They surely weren't neo-Nazis.
Right. That's what exactly. So it's like none of these dots connect. It's fucking asinine. I'm a pretty intelligent guy. You know what I mean? Like, I don't understand the correlations that are being attempted here. I just don't fucking see it. And I've certainly never seen any pictures or images or video or anything like that. Some of which was, again, just trust me, bro, it's out there.
Yeah, no,
they just say things. They just say things that they've seen, supposedly. Well, I could say I saw a unicorn, but unless I show you a picture, you shouldn't believe me.
Yeah, the South African flyers had nothing to do with anti-Semitism or Jewish people or nothing like that.
Yeah, no, I doubt very seriously that it did, my friend.
No, it's in Africa. It's in South Africa. What would have to do with Israel or something? Nothing.
Yeah.
They just, like I said, Tig's mad. I took away his world. He before I took that away, he was a Purple Heart and a Hell's Angel.
Yeah, I was gonna say he did all that to himself.
He had status in his.
He was another one that was just fucking. All things aside, disrespectful as all hell to everyone that gave him any sort of responsibility or like rope, whatever you want to call it, wrenches and things. He was just absolutely disgustingly disrespectful. He acted like an arrogant moron, like an unintelligent little bitch about a lot of very simple things because he would tell you who was allowed in your chat and like, how dare you not let me control your chat? Listen to me, because I know what I'm talking about. I'm smarter than everyone. Like, no, bro, you come across as a fucking sister fucking hillbilly, bro. That's what you come across like.
A control freak. He got mad at me one time. He's like, you got someone in the chat who I don't like. I was like, what? Who gives a fuck? You don't run my channel.
The very moment, very early on, maybe like, because I never really fucked with the guy very much. But like 2 months after he'd been around, I was like, okay, you know what? I'm going to check out one of his videos. I haven't been fucking with this dude. He was very loud and I didn't like him. I thought he was rude, but the videos were popping up in my feed. I said, all right, whatever. I'll check one out. Now, he was talking about how he built computers and he was a computer specialist and he was talking to everybody about code and security and how you could dox this and dox that. But then this dude did something that instantaneously showed me that he was 100% full of shit in everything that he is saying. And this is what happened. He was talking about a video that he had seen on YouTube, and he goes, I'm going to show you people. And instead of doing a screenshot or a screen grab or sharing the video, this old boomer pulled out a cell phone and started showing the video on his screen with a cell phone like a great-grandfather that didn't understand how technology worked.
Yeah,
I'm like, bro, you don't build computers. I'm like, bro, you can't put a fucking a meal in a microwave, bro. You just pointed a fucking old broken cell phone at a computer screen to show us the video. You are a liar and a gavone and a mook, all of them. And you are old, obviously. You just showed me you're an old man.
Yeah,
crazy.
He did. He said he was he built all the. He's just a bullshit.
Absolute bullshit. Absolute bullshit.
A lot of them.
He would have hit 3 fucking keys on his computer at the same time and brought up his player and literally hit screen grab or screen record or whatever. It would have taken 3 keystrokes if he knew code.
Yeah,
I can do it.
These people are bullshitters, man. Most of these people with their
unreal
are full of shit. Guys say they had gun charges and all this. They're just full of shit, man.
Yeah, gun charges, been shot themselves, tried to shoot them, all of it. Yeah. Well, you want to check out a couple of these soapbox races if I can get it to play?
Well, yeah. Matter of fact, I gotta actually hit the sack and go to sleep.
No problem. We'll do this. We'll do this another time. Yeah, we'll do it another time.
Next week, put that on the thing for now. And what else are we gonna cover next week?
We're gonna do evangelicals next week.
Yeah, and save this soapbox thing too.
Yeah, we'll start off. We'll leave that for something light after we crush the evangelicals.
Yeah, you guys leave some comments in the chat. Make sure you share this. and come back next Friday and watch. We'll be here next Friday.
Yeah, for sure.
Backtrap, thanks for having me on, man.
Always. Thanks for being here. Great talking to you.
Later, everybody in the chat. Have a good one.
God get a great night's sleep and a good day tomorrow, bro. I'll talk to you soon.
All right, ciao, later.
All right, everybody. I'm going to pack up one more here real quick. And I think we're going to call it a night. And that'll be good. Next week it'll be a fun time talking shit and ranting about some of these evangelicals that are just robbers and thieves and the insane excuses they give and reasons they give. That'll be fun. We'll go over all this crazy places they live and the jet planes they own and all that stuff, I'm sure. It'll be good times, man. And then we'll probably pull up some of this soapbox racing stuff that I was going to show everybody, because I found a couple of really funny videos, and that shit is nuts. I had a good time watching some of that stuff the other day when it came up in my feed. Some of the crazy crashes and the designs of these soapbox cars are nuts. It's going to be a lot of fun. Yep. So on that note, everybody, I hope you have a great night. Thanks for coming by. Leave a comment, hit like, share, all that kind of stuff. Whatever. That way people around the community will see it. And we'll see you soon. Be safe.